Come on. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. What's up, Tiger Nation? Hey, Miss Bonnie's other half. Hey, Miss Whitley. And just starting it off already. Just messy. Downright messy. Sorry I came on at 9:15 or 8:15. I had to make sure Braxton was asleep. I had to make sure he goes to sleep before I get on here. Otherwise, he'll stay up all night. The champs are here. The champs are here. So I'm so excited for tonight's live because we are going to break down Jackson State's running back room. As you know, Ed is a Cleveland Browns hater, more likely a Shedeur Sanders hater. He does not like the Cleveland Browns because he's a Baltimore Ravens fan. And so he always got something smart to say about the Cleveland Browns. It's all in love though, Ed. You know I love you. So I'm excited. We're going to talk about the running backs. You was in North Cackalack, Major B Bullies. This is called Run It Back You. What y'all think about that? Here, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll on that about what some more options. What nickname should Jackson State have? I like Run It Back You. Anyone know if the Southern Miss Stadium is bench seating? I've never been there before. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to a game there and I have no clue. The game itself is blinding me. I went there for Q Delta. Do they even have a football game during Q Delta weekend? Went there for Q Delta. My friends there from Hattiesburg. So y'all, they keep on saying that somebody has passed away. So this one says the Blue Bengal Dynasty. I don't are we building a dynasty? Oh, my god sister is the head cheer coach at Hampton, and she had the best time at the vet this weekend. Said she's never seen anything like it. Wow, that is saying something. That is saying something, y'all. Hey, all the PV haters. G Boom, please. You've been in here enough times to know that we do not hate on the Panthers. You don't even believe that one. You don't even believe that one. Y'all come to Jackson State. Y'all come to one of our games. All right, let's see what other quirky name do I have. The Crown Carriers. Ooh, Crown Carriers. Wait a minute. Champs on the Yard. I don't like that one. That one doesn't give. It's not given. That's why I was trying to Miss Bonnie, she's right. That was a small turnout. If you haven't seen, like, we're glad that she enjoyed herself, but compared to how it really goes down at the vet, belt to ass university. Not belt to ass university. Whoa. Whoa. All right. So I want to start off by, of course, talking. So this is the beginning of the live. We're gonna do run it back you, ass whooping university. Drag you all across the field. Don't be wasting our grass, university. Run it back you, right? So I thought it was fitting that, first of all, we introduce or go over the running back coach, right? We need to go over the running back coach because, so nice of you to join us. Let me see something. Y'all, I'm just putting stuff all over here. Oh, I can put that up there for now. Just collecting stuff over here. Okay. Let me move the comments out the way. I just purchased the USM ticket for the game today, $90. Michael Jackson must be coming. Well, Sippy Saver, the main problem for why you paid $90 is because you waited till the week of. Folks done bought those tickets, raised the price, re-raised the price, and probably re-raised it again. They probably sold it 3 times. I thought those tickets were like $35. They know it's gonna sell out, Lord. Yeah, tickets were $40. They done sold it for $65, and then somebody bought them at $65 and sold them for $90. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about our running back coach, and then I'm gonna go into our running back room. And the BB bust down and got good seats around the 50. Uh-oh. You're not playing, huh? The only sellout they'll have all year. So somebody did send me a list of some of the turnouts, like for their attendance. And I was surprised, like Alcorn State and Jackson State were really in their top 5. All right. So a little bit about Coach Eric Gowan. North Carolina A&T head football coach Vincent Brown named Eric Gowan an assistant coach for the program in 2023. He was coaching tight ends at A&T after serving the offensive coordinator at Robert Morris University last season, in which one of the Colonials' opponents was the A&T Aggies. Before arriving at Robert Morris University, Gowan served as the running backs coach at Brevard College, starting in 2017. Beginning in 2015, Gowan joined the Tennessee State staff, serving as the program's running backs coach. He was also the lead housing liaison between the university and the athletics department. Gowan also had a role of summer camp and clinic director, including the Little Tigers youth camp, a one-day showcase in Memphis and Nashville. Gowan's running backs averaged 123.4 yards per game, totaling 1,860 rushing yards. Gowan also served as the running backs coach at Youngstown State from 2013 to 2015. During his first season, Gallon coached Missouri Valley Football Conference newcomer and freshman of the year, Martin Ruiz. He was also a Jerry Rice Award finalist after rushing for 1,094 yards and 15 touchdowns, including 4 100-yard performances. Ruiz was one of 3 players in NCAA Division I FCS football to rush for more than 1,000 yards in 2013, joining Appalachian State Marcus Cox and A&T's Tariq Cohen. In 2014, Ruiz rushed 1,325 yards and 10 touchdowns, and he was second team all MFC honors. Before coaching on the collegiate level, Gallon served as the head coach at George Jenkins High School in Lakeland, Florida. Gallon worked as the Eagles head coach in 2012 after spending the previous 4 seasons as the offensive coordinator on the staff. Gallon played collegiately at Kansas State as a running back for head coach Bill Snyder, a 3-time letter winner. Gallon served as the team's captain in '92. During the Wildcat career, he rushed for 1,960 yards on 447 carries, totaling 2,476 all-purpose yards. 5 of his 7 career 100-yard rushing games came during his junior season. Gallon had a brief NFL career with the New England Patriots. He then returned to his home state of Florida, where he spent his time working with at-risk youth before coaching at the high school. So, we could probably add to his resume, of course, that last year, under Coach Gallon, of course, is none other than Irv Mulligan, right? Irv Mulligan was the 1,000-yard plus rusher, and of course, the offensive player of the year. Yeah, so we have to add that in, and then he has under his helm, of course, Travis Terrell Jr., who was freshman of the year. And he's running back as well. So, hello everyone. Hey y'all. So, his resume is building, and as of right now, Eric Gallon is titled as the assistant head coach and then the running backs coach. So, let's move on. Y'all are excited about this Southern Miss game. I want to know, what does Coach plan on pulling out of that bag? Because I felt like it was real vanilla. So tonight we're just going to go over a running back university. Of course, we all know the legacy of the Jackson State University when it comes to running backs, right? Hopefully Mr. Ford will get on later. But before Walter Payton became Sweetness, one of the greatest to ever play in the NFL, Walter Payton built his legendary status on the yard at the Jackson State University. In the early 70s, Walter Payton dominated the SWAC with electrifying runs, unmatched toughness, and a work ethic that set the standard for generations of JSU Tigers to follow. At Jackson State, Peyton rushed for over 3,500 yards, scored 65 touchdowns, rewrote the school's record books, and helped put HBCU football on the national map. His style, equal parts power, speed, and grace, made him an icon long before his Hall of Fame career with the Chicago Bears. Today, Walter Payton's legacy lives on every time a Jackson State running back takes the field. He remains the gold standard of what it means to wear the blue and white, proving the greatness begins at the I love. Let's see. So there are some other Jackson State running backs that we need to talk about. And this is just Jackson State's running back legacy. Wilbert Montgomery. He was a star at Jackson State in the mid-70s. He went on to a Pro Bowl NFL career with the Philadelphia Eagles, rushing for over 6,500 yards. Perry Harrington. He was drafted by the Eagles in the 1980s, part of the strong JSU backfield pipeline. Lewis Tillman, a workhorse at JSU in the late 80s. Oh, I was making sure Mr. Ford didn't say drop the link because I'm reading. A workhorse at JSU in the late 80s. He left the school's all-time leading rusher since past, played 7 years in the NFL with the Giants and the Bears. Let me see if I can get you some pictures of these Jackson State greats. Okay, so here is a picture of Lewis Tillman. Take this off real quick. All right, so that's Lewis Tillman, a Jackson State. Destry Wright. What in the world? Y'all, look at this one. Destry Wright is a dynamic running back in the 1990s who had short stints in the NFL, but remains remembered as a big play back for JSU. See if I can get you the other ones. Just a little bit of Jackson State running back legacy. This is a picture of Perry Harrington. He was drafted by the Eagles in the 1980s. And last one. Burt Montgomery. So, let me pull this up. Wait. Just a little bit of history for y'all so that we know, the legacy of running backs in Jackson State is long. So Wilbert Montgomery arrived at Jackson State in the summer of 1973. He found the running back position crowded with superstars galore. Walter Payton was a sophomore. Eddie Payton was a senior. Joe Lowry and Ricky Young, both future NFL backs, were also vying for playing time. Montgomery, as we all know, would go on to NFL stardom himself. The case can be made Jackson State's stable of running backs rivaled that of any team in America, NFL included. So it does say that Montgomery's stay at Jackson State was short. He transferred to Abilene Christian. But he is entering into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. Many folks, of course, attribute Montgomery transferring because of all the competition at running back. I mean, if you have that type of running back room, sheesh. We had a lot of great backs at Jackson State, but I wasn't scared of the competition. I was playing safety anyway. I wanted to play defense, but then Walter got hurt and the coaches moved me from defense to offense. That's why I transferred. Oh, wow. Interesting. Montgomery and Payton, Pro Bowl teammates in the NFL, remained friends until Payton's death. Montgomery did not match Payton's otherworldly NFL statistics, but Montgomery did enjoy a distinguished NFL career that included twice being selected first-time All-Pro. He rushed for 6,538 yards over 7 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles. He rushed for a career high of 1,512 yards in 1979. Wow. Wilbur and Walter are cousins. Oh, okay. That's a little bit of history for y'all, right? So make no mistake, Jackson State is not a school that is shy on having a great running back room. So now here we are, present day, and I'm going to basically introduce each one of these young men that are now currently on our roster, and just be on the lookout. So some of these young men did play this past Saturday, but I will say this, it's deep, right? The running back room is deep. We have 10 running backs, right? And we saw that any of them can get it done, right? And that's what's so scary about Jackson State's team. It's because when one player doesn't have the opportunity to play, it's next man up. But it's not a drop off by any means or any stretch of the imagination. And that's what's so scary, because you, as an opposing team, you'll be looking for a Travis Terrell, Jr. You'll for a Travis Terrell, and Ahmad Miller zips right past you. Or Denario Davenport, he had a great game. And there's so many layers and depth to this team that, for us, you don't never know what's going to come out. And that's just the first 5. I have the next 5 on the next screen. Yes, Nate Brown. Baby, that room is deep. Any pictures of you with Walter? Walter Payton? Oh, well, Walter Payton was on the first page, but I can show you guys another picture of Walter Payton. I can see clearly now, the rain is coming. Mm-hmm. I see y'all cutting up in the I see y'all cutting up in the chat, and I'm just gonna go right back on here over here to read in and doing my lesson. Let me pay attention to my lesson because y'all are over here cutting up already in the in the chat. Hey, Miss Uniqua. All right. So first up, we're going to talk about none other than Travis Terrell. So his honors list is long, y'all. He is the 2025 preseason first team All SWAC, 2024 pre-still All SWAC, 2024 All SWAC, 2024 SWAC Freshman of the Year, 2024 Jerry Rice Award list, 2024 honorable mention AP All American, 2024 SWAC Field Steel Freshman of the Year, 2024 SWAC Field Steel Special Teams Player of the Year, 2024 First Team Field Steel Kick Returner, Punt Returner, and All Purpose, 2024 Third Team FCS Football Central All American, 2024 FCS Football Central Freshman All American Team. As a freshman, Travis Terrell played in all 14 games. He ran the ball 70 times for 459 yards, scored 4 touchdowns, recorded a season-long run of 60 yards, caught 15 passes for 95 yards, recorded a season-long reception of 20 yards. He returned 8 kicks for 551 yards for 2 touchdowns, including a season-long 96-yard return. He returned 18 punts for 300 yards, rushed for a season high of 86 yards on 8 carries against Bethune-Cookman, returned a kick for a touchdown against Texas Southern and Alabama A&M. And then we all know the infamous return that he did at the Celebration Bowl that was called back, but my goodness. He remained ranked among the best in the nation in returns, led the nation in kick returns for touchdowns with 2, ranked in the top 5 nationally in 3 other categories. Yeah, like that. He played at Creekside High School in Creekside, Georgia. 4 first team all region, 3 first team all state, and he also ran track, 3-time long jump qualifier. He is the son of Travis Terrell Sr. and Jasmine Newton, and he's majoring in business marketing. Next up, we have Keenan Christian the second. Let me pull that up. So Keenan Christian the second, he is 5'10", 202 pounds. He is from San Diego, California. His previous school was San Diego State, and he is 5'10" from Madison, and his high school was Madison High School. He was named to the Paul Hornung Award preseason watch list, named an All-Mountain West honorable mention as a kick returner in 2023. He was chosen the team captain by his teammates. He was named preseason 3rd team All-Mountain West selection by Field Steel Magazine and 4th team pick by Alton Sports. He played all 12 games in 2023, making 10 starts in the backfield. He rushed for 378 yards for the season of 96 carries with a long run of 39 yards, recorded 29 catches for 201 yards, led the team with 910 all-purpose yards, and he tied for 4th in the Mountain West in total kick return yards. So, quality and having depth is very important in a running back room. And so this is Keenan Christian II, and we are going to see a lot more of him soon. Next, we have Desmond Moultrie. Desmond Moultrie is 5'11", 213 pounds. He's a graduate student from Arlington, Texas, and his high school was Lamar High School. So one thing that I can say about Desmond Moultrie is that he's been on the roster, and similar to a couple of other players on Jackson State's team, they have so much talent, and they are now getting a chance to showcase it. One of those examples that I can say is Eric Simmons this past Saturday. Like, he was tackling and he was running. He was a kick return or punt return. He was getting it. And that was not on my bingo card, right? So that just shows you how talented Jackson State is, because Eric Simmons, he was the first one down there to tackle, and caused that guy to, I want to say the young man fumbled the ball because of Eric Simmons. Mind you, Eric Simmons is a wide receiver, but they got him on special teams tackling folks and also returning some punts. But I say all that to say this, that Desmond Moultrie is one of the running backs that has been on the roster. He's been a staple in terms of being on special teams. He saw action in 11 games last year. He was used as a backup running back and on special teams. He recorded 27 yards rushing on 17 carries, recorded 1 reception for 11 yards, returned a pair of kicks for 16 yards, finished with a season high 16 yards on 11 carries against Texas Southern. He recorded 1 reception for 11 yards against UAPB, returned 1 kick for 13 yards against Florida A&M, recorded 7 tackles, including 4 solo stops on special teams, finished with a season high 2 tackles against Florida A&M. So he's also versatile. He's being used on special teams. So, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but good Lord, our special teams is ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous last year, but this year, well, I'll say for the Hampton game, wow. And God saw his beginning. Nobody blocks God saw his beginning or the end. We need him in here. We need God saw his beginning and knows the end. But you know, he probably got his feelings hurt because Texas Southern lost. Furthermore, EA does not. What would he be coming over here for? Fam, you lost. He's not gonna come over here either. We're not in 2023, Ed. We're in 2025. Please don't bring up 2023. RNG, a minimum of 4 games. All right. Let's talk about Denario Davenport. About Denario Davenport. Oh my goodness. Why y'all didn't tell me about Denario? First of all, Denario Davenport is related to Coach TC. Y'all comment down below. How is Davenport related to TC? That's his nephew. No, Orangey, don't quote me on that. Coach just said that he has to go through some certain types of protocols. Yeah, that's his nephew. Let's talk about Denario, because he came out there. Y'all was like, who is that? Who is number 10? Who is that? Over there trying to figure out who it is. The revolution will be televised. All right. So, Denario Davenport, he is 6'1", 214 pounds. He's a senior. His hometown is Macomb, Mississippi. His previous school was Louisiana Tech, and his high school was Mansfield High School. At Louisiana Tech, he was Phil Steele preseason fourth team All-CUSA. He appeared in the first 4 games while making starts versus Nichols and North Carolina State. He ran the ball 31 times for 107 and 1 touchdown before being sidelined due to injury, caught 7 passes for 30 yards. Lone rushing score came on the road at North Carolina State. He had a season-high 304 rushing yards against Tulsa, hauled in 3 passes against both North Carolina State and Tulsa. His previous school was at Texas State. No, he wasn't playing against us in Texas State. He played us at Texas State, y'all. Played in all 13 games, 90 carries for 458 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaged 5.1 yards per carry, second on the team in rushing, averaged 35.2 rushing yards per game, 11 receptions for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaged 9.3 yards per catch, 560 total yards on 104 total touchdowns. He had 4 games of 10-plus carries. Wow. It says 8 carries for 40 yards along with an 8-yard reception in the home opener against Jackson State. Not the nephew playing against us. His ass scored on. Oh, Lord. No, it's all good. Yeah. So, yeah. And then he had junior college at Kilgore. He was NJCAA first team All-American, offensive MVP of the Southwest Junior College Football Conference. And he helped Kilgore win the Southwest Junior College Football Conference title after entering the playoffs as the number 4 seed. And he played at Mansfield High School, where he was a 2-time first team all-district selection. Okay. All right. Listen, this past weekend, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. He had 37 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and his longest rush was 21 yards versus Hampton on 6 attempts. Not too shabby at all, okay? Okay, then we have Bryson Moss, y'all. Bryson Moss. What's up? Look, you don't know which way they coming. You really don't. You just don't know. Bryson Moss is 5'9", 195 pounds. He's a graduate. He's originally from Newnan, Georgia. His previous school was Newnan, Georgia. Excuse me. His previous school was Eastern Michigan, and his high school was Newnan High School. As a junior, he mainly played on special teams, finished the season with 3 rushes for 10 yards, including a season-long 4-yard rush against Texas Southern, recorded 1 punt for 13 yards, recorded a season-high 2 rushes for 6 yards against Alabama State. He recorded a season-best 1 punt return for 13 yards against Texas Southern, recorded 1 tackle on special teams against Southern, and blocked 1 kick on the season against Texas Southern. Before Jackson State, he was at Eastern Michigan, where he played in 3 games. He appeared in 4 games at running back for EMU in 2022. Had 5 rushing attempts for a total of 13 yards, and he ran for 14 yards in 4 attempts with a touchdown against Ball State University. So I'm seeing, are you guys seeing a recurring theme here? A lot of these running backs have basically they're running backs, yes, but they all are getting the special teams experience, which when you look at having a running back that's versatile, that also plays special teams, I like the fact that they're basically getting all of these young men some experience on special teams. There's only one Unk on this show. Bring back OG Unk. Who is OG Unk, Jamal? Who is OG Unk? Nephew, quit clowning in the comments. All right. Next, Nate Blount. Now, y'all know we got Nate Blount from, I want to say Nate Blount flipped from ULM, if I remember correctly. Like, he was supposed to go to ULM, and Jackson State was able to flip him to come to Jackson State. So Nate Blount is 5'10", 214 pounds. He's a redshirt freshman from Brandon, Mississippi. Went to Brandon High School. As a freshman, he played in 4 games as a running back and on special teams. He recorded 44 yards on 7 carries, rushed for a season-long 19-yard rush, ran for a season-high 36 yards on 5 carries against Mississippi Valley State, named to the Dean's List, and he earned a red shirt. In high school, he was a 3-star recruit by 247 Sports, named MAC All-State, All-Region, All Gridiron Honors, named SB Live All-State, was named WABT Player of the Year, Metro Player of the Year, had offers from ULM, Arkansas State, Central Arkansas, and Southern Miss, son of Erica and Trey Blount, and he's majoring in physical education. So on today's coach's call, Coach TC talked a little bit about how the players that are playing currently at USM, those are the types of players that Jackson State recruits and also has on our team. Like, we compete for those types of players. So that means that the level of talent that Jackson State brings in is at the caliber of Southern Miss. And then I expect for these young men to be like really rotated out, especially in the next couple of games. If they're already getting like special teams experience, but as far as like seeing them more often, we will probably see them against Tuskegee University. And I'm not saying any particular player, but I'm just saying like you'll see glimpses of them on if they're in a backup role, you'll see them at when we play Tuskegee, when we play Valley, when we play Southern, or they might just hit the trick bag on Southern Miss and bring some of these young men out because you don't have film on them. This person right here, I want to say he went to USM. Talk about good evening, come in peace. He's been supporting Jackson State for quite some time, and he supports my channel. But this week he is on the hit list because he is a Southern Miss graduate. All right. Next, we have Ahmad Miller. Wow, 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 wow. Good things come to those who wait. Have you guys ever heard that one? Good things come to those who wait. I already got his picture up there for the Hampton game. They already got it up there. All right. Ahmad Miller is 6 foot tall, a red shirt sophomore. He's 207 pounds. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. His high school is Whitehaven High School. He's a running back. We all know that his older brother, Aubrey Miller Jr., was a stronghold for Jackson State linebacker. In 2023, he played in 10 games, ran the ball 34 times for 216 yards and a touchdown, recorded a season-long 38-yard rush, averaged 6.4 yards per carry. Also hauled in 5 catches for 10 yards, ran a season high 13 times for 98 yards against Texas State. Hauled in a pair of receptions for 9 yards in the same game, ran 7 times for 57 yards and a touchdown against Alabama A&M. He also ran for 39 yards on 5 carries against Mississippi Valley State. As a sophomore, he played in 3 games. He ran the ball 18 times for 95 yards and a pair of touchdowns, recorded a season-long 30 yards rush, averaged 5.3 yards per carry, averaged 31.7 yards per game on the ground. He hauled in 3 receptions for 25 yards, including a season-long 12-yard reception. Ran a season's best 46 yards in start against ULM in season opener. Now, fast forward to this past Saturday. He had 12 attempts for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, and his longest run was 76 yards. And that's not even including the run that he did that they called back. Okay? Good Lord. Like, if I had to, that's how talented we are, though. Interchangeable any given day, right? They had Travis Terrell sitting out after, I think, the first or second play that he didn't play for the rest of the game. And Denario Davenport, Ahmad Miller, and Mari Matthews, they stepped up to the plate. And that's the rotation and the depth at Jackson State in terms of what we have. It's interesting because a lot of folks was like, Irv's gone. What y'all gonna do now? Y'all don't have Irv anymore. And I think that Jackson State has shown you, like, next man up. It is so messy. Amari Matthews. I'm excited to see Amari Matthews this year just because he was our batting ram last year. He was the first touchdown of the season this past Saturday. He actually is a running back, 210 pounds, 5'7", redshirt junior from Midlothian, Texas. He's from Trinity Christian High School, so he is actually a student athlete that came in when Prime came in. In high school, he rushed for 1,610 yards and 19 touchdowns during his career at Trinity Christian High School. He was Male Athlete of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Team MVP, first team running back in 2020, Christian Athlete of the Year finalist in 2020. He redshirted for 2 years, so he did not see any action his freshman year. He played in 4 games and used mainly on special teams, returned 3 kicks for 78 yards on the season, all against Bethune-Cookman. and he made a season debut against Florida A&M in 2023. Last year, he saw action in all 14 games. He ran the ball 52 times for 211 yards, scored 3 touchdowns, had a season-long rush of 19 yards, recorded a pair of receptions for 10 yards, rushed for a season high of 55 yards on 11 carries against South Carolina State in the 2024 Cricket Celebration Bowl. He scored his first career touchdown against Florida A&M on October 19th, finished the game with 2, ran for a season-long 19-yard rush against Lane, recorded 1 reception each against Grambling State and Mississippi Valley State. So this is basically Amari's, I would say it's really a money year for him. He's going to be utilized once again as that batting ram. So if they're needing to push on 3rd and short or 4th and short, they're going to use Amari Matthews. He had 1 touchdown versus Hampton, and he had 4 attempts for 7 yards. Why do they keep on talking about coming back over here? Ahmad's dad was flying the Miller flag in the stand. A bowling ball. I know that's right. If you enjoyed Timona's content, please ask her to send an APB on OG Uncle Willie. No comments. Jeremiah Wilson. $5'10", 195-pound freshman. Oh, Jeremiah Wilson Jr., and he is from Lanier High School. Hometown. He's a Jacktown Jew from Jackson, Mississippi. He's a son of Melissa Williams and Jeremiah Wilson. His uncle is Larry Cohen, who's a Jackson State graduate that played in the NFL for the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots, and he majors in biology. He played at Lanier High School, 2-time Blitz 16 Player of the Week, JPS Running Back of the Year, All Academic Team, named Most Valuable Player, named All District Offensive Player of the Year, member of the Student Government Association, United Way, Mississippi Secretary of State Office, and Jackson Public School Superintendent, member of National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. So he's got some Jackson State royalty in there. There we go. He's from the 833. Hey, Miss Shanetta. He was Mr. Lanier. Okay. So one thing that I can appreciate is the ability and this is not just the running back room. This is actually like all of the positions. You're going to see depth. You're going to see you have folks that have been at Jackson State for a while. And then you have the plug and play, which will get a couple of transfers, but not too many. And then you'll get the high school students that are transferring in. So you have a wide range of experience, but you still are able to immerse them in the culture of all things Jackson State. Ooh, Alabama State said they're putting at least 45 on SU this Saturday. Woo! Who's saying that? Our last young man that we have is Trevon Evans. He is 6 foot, 210-pound freshman from Lakeland, Florida. He went to George W. Jenkins High School. He played in 9 games during his senior season, ran the ball 121 times for 780 yards, averaged 6.4 yards per carry, averaged 86.7 yards per game on the ground. He scored 13 touchdowns, also caught 10 passes for 128 yards, averaged 12.8 yards per reception, averaged 14.2 yards receiving per game, and he hauled in a pair of touchdown receptions. Okay. So look, y'all, that is our running back room. Yeah. All right, I'm off my high horse now. Y'all come up here and talk to me. Here, let me do another poll. All right, so we're nicknaming our football team Run It Back You. I like that. The Blue Bengal Dynasty came in second, but it wasn't close. Not at all, not by far. All right, so y'all, I was called a hater because we watched the last part of watched. Hello.
Hey, what's going on with y'all?
Hey, Unc, what's up?
Hey, I just dropped in to tell y'all that Saturday I will be live streaming the game. So with the people not going, I will live stream the Jackson State game. Yes, I will be live streaming. So if you're not going, you're more than welcome to come in there and watch. I will actually be at home this weekend. So one thing that I did watch, I went back and rewatched the Jackson State game because I was at the Suge Knight versus everybody game. And
the Suge Knight versus Tupac Shakur game.
Everybody, pay-per-view fans are really feeling themselves. I mean, it was kind of like they are really talking about not just going to Atlanta. They trying to figure out which MEAC school they gonna beat in the Celebration Bowl. I tell them everybody loves to be delusional. So, but
wait a minute, they're gonna all. You're saying that they already feel like they're going to. They haven't even won the West yet, and then you gotta win the East.
Yeah, hey, listen to what I just said. They said they trying to figure out who they gonna beat in the Celebration Bowl. Not play, not the SWAC West, not the SWAC Championship. Not play who they gonna beat in the Celebration Bowl. Over a 5-point victory. I was like, you got to be joking. But hey, let them feel like that. They're not that good. I can tell you that now.
So when you were there at the game and you're saying that Prairie View is not as good as all the shit that they've been talking.
No, their defense cannot stop the run. Yeah, I told them, I'm like, y'all gonna catch hell. I said, those little running backs from Texas
in the middle.
On the edges too. But definitely up the middle. They defensive tackle and that outside linebacker. No,
they're weak as Sweetwater on the defensive line.
Pond water. That, you got to see those two little running backs from Texas Southern was running all over them. It's just Texas Southern in that first half. They had 3 turnovers. They got one of them back, but 2 of them. Those 2 turnovers led to those touchdowns, and then that safety, that was just bad play calling. You know, hey, like I told them, you lined up back there, don't just throw the ball out of bounds, man.
People said Texas Southern only had 250 yards. He needs to come. He said that Texas Southern only had 250 yards total.
250 yards, and how many of them was rushing? Think about that. Listen, neither quarterback needs to be talking. You look at that last play, that the famous touchdown play, you will see the defensive back run right past the football. You got to watch the film again, slow it down. The defensive back ran right past the football and the ball was. I said, "What are you doing, man?" He was lost. He was out of position. All he had to do was stop. The ball was thrown right to him. Now the receiver was wide open. I guess he wanted to come out there and get drunk with me. I have no idea what that defensive back was doing.
I told Coach Dishman that I was a dual threat quarterback and that he should play me on Saturday. And he's mad.
Hey, they needed to.
TV had over 450 yards. But the only thing that I could think about that is, why did PV have over 450 yards and yet they were trailing up until the last second?
I'm telling you, those turnovers, those turnovers, those early turnovers, and they had somewhat of a ground game. Listen, Texas Southern is not that good either. I mean, I think what Fairview has won 16 out of the last 19 of those classics, or 14 out of the last 19, something like that. The rivalry is very skewed towards Fairview in the last decade or more than a decade. So let them believe what they want to believe. I'm telling you now, you can run the ball on Fairview. I was at the game. I seen it. I don't give a damn what them stats say. The weakness that Texas Southern had that Fairview did exploit was the left corner. I think he was number 6. He was exploited the whole game. They was throwing on him quite a bit.
Shouldn't Coach have went for 2 points?
Texas Southern?
They weren't. Is it? Why did
you mean
go for 2?
Why did they?
Why did they not? Or
man,
the last play of the game that they had possession where they scored a touchdown, they were supposed to go for 2.
Probably listen to analytics or some crazy crap like that. Come on, man. Coach Dishman ain't.
Makes sense. There was 1 minute and 30 seconds left. You know what's interesting is I asked Coach Dishman. I asked him. It was just like a hypothetical, and I was like, "Are you going to go for 2?" I want to say his answer was kick the field goal. You're supposed to go for 2 right there because you're already winning. If they score a touchdown, you're going to lose anyway. So you needed to have went for 2 there. And that way, if he would have went for 2, they would have still been able to win because the time would have ran out.
Well, I think that's what they was banking on, time running out. But like I said, Texas Southern defense they was on the field quite a bit, and they're not just that good. Yeah, you understand that when you sometimes Texas Southern Fairview was having 10-play drives, and that defense, and when you don't have that type of depth, the depth that comes in to haunt you in them fourth quarters. I mean, you had I think we stayed inside about an hour, maybe an hour and a half in the weather delay. And then I think the game got over midnight, somewhere around that time. So it was a long late night. I ain't making no excuses for them. I thought that Fairview talked a lot of crap, and they came out with a victory.
Well, I mean, Texas, to their point, Texas Southern was doing a little yapping too. Yeah, I mean, of course, Prairie View has been doing it all before preseason.
Yeah, they've been talking noise since January, and I just don't see. I mean,
the talk ain't matching the action on the grass.
Yeah, maybe it's just the first game, but I don't think that you just gonna just run over everybody like you think you are. I mean, you kind of got lucky that Texas Southern was making some crazy mistakes, and also, one thing that I noticed about Prairie View, they very undisciplined. I think it was like 15 penalties. I stopped counting after 10, but I think it was a total like 15 penalties that they had. So they were very undisciplined. And a good ground game. I mean, with a running quarterback like with Cam McCoy and Southern, with their double-headed monster, it's gonna be closer than what they think. But I want to say about the Jackson State special teams. I rewatched that game. Those SWAC refs got these phantom holding calls. Take away those 2 holding calls, I don't think that game would have even been that close in the fourth quarter. You got to remember both of those holding penalties. Not only did it take Jackson State back inside their 20, but it prevented them from having that ball. Sometime the first one was like at the Howard or Hampton, whatever the hell it was, at the 25 or 30. Then the other one was like at the 20-yard line. Those was 2 easy touchdowns that was called back. So, like I said, don't kick the ball to Jackson State returners, because you're not gonna have the luxury of having them weird referees from the SWAC calling them crazy penalties like that. And where did y'all get number 6 from on Jackson State defense?
Quincy Ivory?
Yeah. What NFL team y'all drafted him from?
What NFL team did we draft him from?
Yeah, that man was a monster, man. Yeah, after that first drive, I don't know what was said to him, but he flew around that football so much. They stopped trying to run the ball to his side, if you notice. Now, do y'all line him up as an edge or an outside linebacker? Because he was coming through there. And, I mean, he was really hitting hard. I know that quarterback from
Quincy Ivory, he's not listed as an edge. He's actually listed as just a defensive lineman.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all just stole him from the NFL. Yeah, that dude, man.
He's from Florida.
Florida? Okay.
Do you remember our previous defensive line coach?
Yeah.
The one that played at Tuskegee and left?
Yes.
And where did he go? He went to some other school. What school did he go to? I forgot.
I thought he went to the pros.
No, that was the other one. That was Chris Orr. That was the linebacker coach.
The linebacker coach. Yeah.
The defensive line coach, he went to another school.
Yeah.
Western Kentucky.
That's right.
That was a steal to be able to keep Quincy at Jackson State.
Yeah, he's making,
because he South. No, he didn't go to South Alabama. Not that one, Miss Natasha. So he played at Florida. He appeared in 8 games with 1 solo tackle to his credit. He is a
he's a monster. He's raised a lot of eyebrows.
Callie
a lot
James,
of people.
That's his name, Callie James. You know what's interesting is that his story is similar to, or it's the beginning of a storyline. Is similar to James Houston, right?
And well, if he can play like Houston, which he showed, I think he's gonna be all right. Because I mean, it's a lot of people asking. I told him, hell, I didn't even know he was on the damn team. I said, I believe they got him from the NFL. You got to look at them. Look at his highlights. They're starting to come out more, and you can see how he gets off that ball and how big he is. How tall is this guy? Because
he used to play quarterback.
And hit like that.
He played quarterback in high school. He played at Valley, and then he went to junior college at East Los Angeles Community College. And then he transferred to Florida.
Oh,
so from quarterback to edge.
Yeah, well, if you look, that's why he's so tall like that, then. Because I was looking at his height. I'm like, damn, he's taller than them offensive linemen. Them offensive linemen are normally 6'1", 6'3", something, not 6'1", 6'3" and higher. He was taller than the offensive lineman. But that right there, if I was the SWAC, I would make a plan either to double team him or run away from him. Because if he gets off like that, man had 8 tackles, 3 for a loss, and then he had 2 sacks. Man, come on, man.
You got to worry about Kanye Varner from Alabama State.
Uh-huh.
He's 6'3", 239 pounds. But you're going to have to worry about Kanye Varner.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him right there. I said, yeah, they didn't went to the NFL and got him. Yeah, that's a good pickup. I keep telling folks, I haven't seen somebody fly around the football like that in a long time in the SWAC, man. I mean, he calls Howard or Hampton, whatever the hell it is, HU. Let's just say HU.
You are getting the real and the fake HU mixed up, and you are violating.
Oh my God. Look, them country ass bumpkins one from DC, one from Howard. From Virginia. They still bumpkins. They really thought that they were in a different class than the SWAC. It felt good to see the SWAC actually beat somebody outside of the SWAC because FAMU did FAMU stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how that man gonna keep his job, or if they really brought Charlie Ward to coach basketball, but actually gonna end up being the football head coach.
Wait a minute, what?
Hey, I'm telling you, look, Charlie Ward is the basketball coach. Cozy has no idea what the hell he's doing. I mean,
a good defensive game. Did you know that the quarterback from Howard was Tyreek Starks and he was at Jackson State?
Okay, one was from Jackson State, and then the other quarterback, I guess from Hampton, was from Mississippi State, right? Yeah, he transferred from Mississippi State. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I said, what are they doing all these Mississippi players on their team? I'm just asking, since they really thought that they was better. I mean, Hampton looked at the Jackson State game as a tune-up game. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. They think they play in that CAA conference that they better. I said, man, y'all play like bottom feeders if you ask me.
Wait
Luckily,
a minute, not the bottom feeders.
Yeah, look at the Hampton quarterback. He was a transfer from Mississippi State. I think they played two of them. One of them was a transfer from Mississippi State. I was like, wait a minute.
I think that do you think that FAMU folks are asking for too much of Coach Cozy?
Oh, they done with him. Listening to them and reading their comments, they done with him. They complaining about they should have paid Willie. Seriously,
Willie was gone anyway. He was gone.
But they said they should have paid Willie. He wouldn't have left. I said, what the hell y'all was gonna pay him with? I guess I told him, I said, you ain't got no alligator skin boots to pay him. I don't know what you was gonna pay him with. Then they blamed the president. They blamed Marvin Johnson for the loss. They was blaming everybody. Some of the comments said, well, at least. Yeah, but it was like, at least the kicker can score. What FAMU problem is, and I keep telling people, the transfer portal is hit and miss. You might get a group of players and you might be able to do it. Then again, you might get a group of players that play as individuals. And I believe that FAMU plays as individuals with all that 30, 40, 50 players that they be getting every year. And then you got a pretty much a brand new coach. He got another brand new team. And it just don't work out for them. Some teams it's not going to work out for. Some teams, in my opinion only, if you're going into the portal, you need to be on campus in January. That's just my opinion. So that way from January to August, you into the program. Then you can be able to play. You got some players that's coming in and they trying to plug and play. And you're going into a whole different system. And I don't think they're getting it yet at FAMU. And I think that's their biggest problem. They're not really recruiting well, but they're getting people that want to come there. So I won't be surprised if Valley do put up 20-some points on FAMU. I won't be surprised. Because I watched the Valley game. Valley has a wide receiver. If you give him that ball in space, he took one to the house on Southern. He made Southern whole secondary look silly. He skipped through four tackles. I think it was something like maybe a 45, 50-yard touchdown that he did. I won't be surprised. FAMU look kind of weird. It don't look like they have the same confidence that they had when they first came into the SWAC. Maybe it was because of Willie, or maybe because they thought they was better. Or maybe that loss from Valley made them realize that, hey, we are not the same FAMU. It had one person said if they don't get rid of Cozy, FAMU football is going to be irrelevant for 30 years. I was like, damn. So I've said it before. If FAMU loses to Jackson State in Bragg, they fire that coach. It's over. If he make it that long. I mean, they got a couple of D2 games that they playing that should make them feel better, but I think this year Alabama State will finally beat FAMU. That's just my opinion.
That's a tall order now.
Alabama State has never beat FAMU, but this year, with a healthy quarterback and how FAMU is playing, I can't see them stopping. I just can't. I mean, because Howard is not that good either. We got to be real. Some of these schools just go off their name. And what they showed this past Saturday, I'm like, okay, reality should strike in, set in with some folks, but I don't, their fans are crazy. Pair of you start giving
my only issue is this is like instead of allowing for the AD to pick and choose the football coach, you guys were so like gung-ho about this is what we want, this is who we want this person, we want this person, and then you got him, and now you over here trying to fire him, and he not even his first game in year 2, and you already trying to get rid of him. Like, that's not fair.
They want to get rid of him and the president. I think it's hilarious. But I told FAMU that year, like I went back and forth with them because I told them they would never go undefeated in the SWAC. What did they end up doing? Going undefeated. Them folks hounded me for about 6 months. I say, I'm from Louisiana and I believe in voodoo, right? And they told me that I was crazy. FAMU ain't been right since then. And so they gotta tell me they sorry, and I'll take the curse off of them. If not, lose the Valley again. I don't care. I'm gonna win me another 12-pack of Old English if they lose the Valley. That's all I'm saying. But I don't see that. Win another 12-pack of Old English if they lose the Valley. That's all I bet. A 12-pack of OE. I got a 12-pack this Saturday on Jackson State. I told them Jackson State gonna beat USM. Seriously. Oh yeah. And then I got Alabama State.
Did you put one of them Louisiana roots on them?
On FAMU? Yes, I did. I told them they bothered me too much. I said, okay, I tried to be, I said, okay, y'all won. I was wrong. I said, I'm supporting y'all in the SWAC championship game. I mean, the Celebration Bowl. Nah, we don't need your support. You tell it nobody was going undefeated in the SWAC. I said, okay, y'all keep it up. When they won the Celebration Bowl, they kept on messing with me. I said, you know what? Until you do right by me,
everything you got was gonna crumble.
Hey, and FAMU ain't been right since then. So like I told them, please leave me alone. Now I can't find a FAMU fan to argue with. Yeah, so I go bother them.
Hey, yo, bro, what about your frat, bro, EA?
Oh, EA is in mourning. He's still in mourning. It hurt poor EA to see FAMU play that bad. I told them they didn't play bad. Hell, they just didn't know how to execute. I mean, that's their problem. And if you think field goals are gonna win the game for you, you got to stop the team from getting in position to win the game with a field goal. I don't see FAMU doing too much, but that's what they get.
Leave Uncle alone.
I will put something on you, and I try not to bother people. I said, there's no way I'm gonna let you country ass gator boots wearing, cut off blue jean shorts with a throwback jersey with a gold chain, some dreadlocks and a cowboy hat and some gold tee harass me. It's not gonna happen. That's our FAMU dress. Real talk. But what about Jeremiah Williams? When is he coming back?
I don't know. Maybe they was holding him for you think they was holding him for this game?
I wish he would have got out there and got in some of that heat, man. It was hot in Jackson. I mean, it looked hot out there. I can't stand a hot day game. Oh man. I couldn't have done it. Not in that 95 degree on the field temperature. Can't do that. Well, I'm old too, so You know, I'd have been passed out. What's that?
They saying that he might play this weekend. He coming back this weekend.
I hope he's in a game shape, man. Because this is what 4:00 kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4:00. Yeah, that's sun, man. That's whew. And man, that Mississippi sun, man. I don't miss it. It's hot, man. Ground over there. But I think it's gonna be a good game. I still want Jackson State to win. I have confidence that they can win. But you need to go kick your quarterback in his ass. I was begging for that man. I was begging for that man to throw the ball. And
he was throwing it. His receivers,
they was a little off. I want him to throw the ball at least 25 times a game. That's what I want from him because he has the potential. He has the height, the size, the arm strength, and that little secret weapon y'all got. Marcus Dupree grandson.
Uh-huh.
If he catches the ball in space, good luck. Did you see the catches that he made? I think it was at the end of the third or the beginning of the fourth quarter. He made that catch, and that's what broke that game open. That little joker bad, man. I'd trip him if I was on the defense because he runs the same little route. He ran it last year against Alabama State. It's a drag route.
Him. Did you just?
Yeah. I would trip him coming across because your quarterback has a nice touch when he throws the ball to him. He catches him in stride. And when you catch that little joker in stride like that, he's off to the races. They lucky he did not score. But once he got that, I think it was probably not even 5 yards and in. Looked like more like a slant, but he came across the middle. He caught that in stride. And once he turns up, that little dude can move, man. He can move. That's y'all secret weapon. If you do not guard that little dude when he's going across the middle, good luck.
Hey, how you doing, Chuck?
Good evening to you all, Oren. You're giving a lot of material there, brother. I'm just sitting back listening to you, man. You have a lot of words, man. I wish I had your energy, man. You talking about I'll be 50 in November, man. You start talking about that heat, man. It's like your body changes, man. I understand
you're
what
right.
you're talking about. Yes,
you're
man.
Right.
Yes.
That's why I drink water. I drink water during the games. You're right.
Here.
I'm old.
English and water.
You damn right. You gotta hydrate yourself.
Yeah, you have to hydrate yourself. You're right, brother. Hey, yeah. I heard you talking about Howard and Florida A&M. I watched that game, that 10-9 game. But it showed that game showed how much kickers matter. What's that young man's name? Kennard, that kicker for Howard. He saved the day for him because
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you could see how FAMU's offense was nowhere near in sync.
Yeah, and red zone they were bad.
Yeah, if there was nowhere in sync, and I think that, like I said, I think that becomes you're not recruiting quarterbacks. You're recruiting transfer portals, and you sticking them in there. And I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but you got practice, you got full pads in practice, then you got a scrimmage, and the quarterback is not being touched. He's not really being rushed. He's not really being hurried. Then you go to game speed, and in game speed, it's all out. And I don't think that he had adjusted to the game speed. Maybe I think they play Albany State this week. So like I said, they got D2 coming up, so they should be a little bit better.
Yeah. They're playing Queen Grade's team. Yeah.
Yeah, so and I'm not saying Albany State gonna lay down, but
Quinn Grade is a former FAMU alum. He's gonna be playing for that job too.
Yeah,
quiet as kept. Quinn Grade gonna be trying to play for the
head coaching job.
Yeah.
Well, look, I know y'all gonna get mad, but you already know what I'm about to say. Your defensive coordinator, FAMU might be looking at him.
Who?
Your defensive coordinator at Jackson State.
Who?
That big old country guy.
He don't want to go to FAMU.
To my
big old
Quinn.
country.
Nothing but problems and issues over there. No, we don't want to go there. When our coaches leave, they elevate.
Oh damn! Uh-oh, shots fired.
Hey, I'm
We
gonna
go
leave
to
that one
no worse
alone.
situation.
Shots fired. So you saying FAMU's a hellhole?
I didn't say it was a hellhole, but I'm just saying when our coaches leave, they going to the league or they going FBS. They not sticking around to go to no FCS.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. You know, you never know where a job comes from. I'm always careful about that.
Yeah, but just looking at the current president and the stability of, athletics
Hey, that's a bad
program,
situation. That's a bad
it's
situation
not
down
it's
there.
not a situation that you want to go into as a football coach and the president don't know shit about athletics.
And you know what? I had to tell someone last night. If sometimes thinking you say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the HBCU." I was telling someone that last night on one of the other broadcasts that sometimes you're thinking that HBCUs are changing these public institutions because you're getting these board of trustees put there by these governors in these red states. And I was telling him, I say one thing about speakers that you've been accustomed to, like Louis Farrakhan, Al Sharpton, and all them, they're gonna ban them from coming, and you end up getting these conservative people like Thomas Sowell, Jason Whitlock on the sports side, and he get on people, he's crazy, and you end up getting Byron Donalds, who's from Florida, former congressman.
He went to FAMU, actually. That
Yeah,
kind of would be on
he went to
brand. I
FAMU and
want
then he
to
went to Florida State. He finished at Florida State and across the track, and he started out at FAMU. I found out, and he started. That's those kind of people you want to be getting coming there as speakers. Candace Owens. You didn't have to watch it. This is where it's going with HBCUs. That's what I'm saying. They're not. You don't look like the HBCU you've been accustomed to looking at. And I was telling someone that last night, and yeah, you have to watch that. What's going on with these public institutions in these red states with these type governors. And like here in Louisiana, things could change. And the guy from LSU that was the black president, he's now at Rutgers, Dr. William Tate, he got out of there in time because he had seen the changes there, and he's now the president of Rutgers University. And yeah, this is where this landscape is. What you just said, Tomo. Yes.
Yeah, so don't be trying to sell off our coach. You see him trying to give our coach away. Don't be trying to give our coach up.
I didn't mean to go off topic like that. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yes.
Just as long as Uncle Orangey knows, don't be so. He's always trying to give our defensive coordinator away.
Hey, it's you never know what strange things do happen in this environment. I heard him up there. He was joking about Howard and Hampton. What he was calling them. I said that real HU thing. That these people are something. And I said, well, I said they fight it out. Now I see Hampton. The guy when the guy came on Hampton, I was talking about. They have the trade. They bring the trade program back to Hampton. That's their origins. You never know. Why you're so busy. You talking about messing with talking about bourgeoisie, but you had realized you need those trades. And they said in that Hampton Roads area, trade is big in that area. I didn't mean to take it off sports, but I just bring that up when he started bringing up Hampton. I see Dr. Kanisha.
So
I'm
it's
be nice.
10:52, y'all.
Yeah, I'm be nice. I see Dr. Kanisha Hall in the comments. I don't want her coming for me. Hey,
He's
Willie,
gonna
no, I'm
come
not
for
trying to be
you.
nice. Yeah,
Ooh,
Dr.
PM
Kanisha and
fire.
Erica Lee. Oh gosh, Whitley, that's a good one. No, I'm not being messy. I'm being a realist.
Ooh. Who's going to the quarterback club this Wednesday? Y'all
220
can fill
quarterback.
me in on what happened. You
That's
going,
that's
Chuck,
tomorrow.
ain't you?
That's
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah,
you going?
that's tomorrow. Vaughn Wilson and all them. Yeah, I want to see what they had to say. What Cozy has to say.
Over here and tell us what they said because I'm not going to it. You're gonna have to give us an update.
Yeah, you know
Thoughts and
I am.
prayers. So this, yeah. So give us the update. So this is Coach Huff.
Being here. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Huff.
He giving us an
Hamp-
update on the Jackson State game.
Hampton alumnus. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Obviously, new week, new challenge, new opportunity. Every week creates a different challenge. That's the beauty of what we do. We get an opportunity every week to go out and kind of focus on improving with a new challenge in front of us. Jackson State have an appropriate fear for our opponent, which is
Appropriate
to go out
fear.
and prepare extremely well with the focus on being improving in all phases. There were some positives from last week's game, but there were definitely some things that we got to get corrected and corrected fast in order to continue to move forward in the manner we want to. Jackson State, I think I read something today, they're on an 11-game win streak. Definitely a winning culture, which creates a lot of confidence. That's something that we're trying to create here. Obviously, you have to win games to do that. It works on your temperament. It works on
Them they gonna try to run the score up on us because they lost to Mississippi State.
Yeah, I watched some of that game.
Taylor's done a phenomenal job of instilling his team, his program, his organization. The fan base expects to win. The program expects to win, which makes him a difficult opponent. Quarterback's a really good player. The skill guys are competitive when the ball is in the air. Quarterback can make all the throws. They've got players that have all the skill sets that you're looking for. They've got outside guys with length and speed. They've got inside guys with short area quickness and change of direction. Really make it.
No coach study like that, Chris. Not put it out there.
The line is really big, which creates an opportunity for them to.
He did more than just coach speak.
Close to 200 yards last week, which is a phenomenal feat. Not only the running backs having the ability to get their foot in the ground and use their vision, but also the O-line creating those holes. And kind of what we talked about last week, when you have that kind of size up front, you kind of wear on people, which is typically when you start getting the big runs, the explosive runs when you have good backs. So defensively, really stout and powerful D-line, excuse me. Number 0 didn't play last week, but
number 0
him being back, All-American.
What you know about Jeremiah Williams?
A lot of guys, they rotate. A lot of guys with speed. Number 6 on the edge does a really good job in the pass rush.
Quincy Ivory, he's naming us. He's naming them all. They need to switch
steady
numbers.
They got a really good scheme, which keeps the ball in front of them. The ball gets enough hats to the ball. They're able to kind of mix some things up on the back end. Their back end guys are sound. Number 15, Salazar,
they basically really good job broke down film study.
Intentions, really good tackler in space. So it's going to be a challenge. We need to improve. That's everyone, coaches, players, everyone involved, in order to have a chance to go out this week and play really well. So with that, I'll open up.
Experience the prep week, the game itself, speak to what your message to your guys this week through practice, especially in terms of cleaning things up.
Yeah, I thought we had a good week. There were a lot of distractions last week in-house, not first game and all those things. But in-house, there were a lot of things that we were working through that we got to be able to get over and focus on the main thing. You're talking a new season, first game, opponent you really don't have any film on. So what are you studying versus what are you anticipating? We really didn't have a depth chart, that was kind of fluid. So, guys with the uncertainty of how many plays am I going to play? All those things are distractions, as part of it. As coaches, we try and, talk them through, focusing on the main thing, but they're still 18 to 22-year-olds. So trying to get them to understand that, every day you got to come out and try to perform to the best of your ability. There were some positives. I thought we had a really good week of preparation. I thought last Tuesday was probably one of our better practices. I told them after the game, last Tuesday was our best practice. Well, what did we do with the other 30? That doesn't mean they were bad, but to me, every day you got to come out and change your best, and learning how to stack days on top of days on top of days. A lot of the young men, speaking of last week, this week it plays into the same thing. Had a lot of relationship connection to last week's opponent. Same thing in state. A lot of these guys play high school with these guys. Some of these guys' family members are alumni of that university, so it creates a different level of challenge.
Not him trying to steal our players.
On the things that you need to do to win. All those other things are
this landscape has changed. You never know what could occur.
They don't said the hell with tampering.
Left guard doesn't affect how I play or winning. If my mom or dad went to that university and got a great degree, it doesn't affect me playing well and winning. Whether I'm a first team or
if we beat USM, they coming to poach all the players, the coaches, the strength and conditioning, the uniforms, the
last week was
the water boy.
This week
they come
money
to take
bags.
it all.
Yeah. You start talking about poaching, it could happen.
Yeah, I think obviously we want to be able to run the ball a little bit. I mean, I think you have to run the ball effectively. I don't have a number. I'm not hey, we want to be 50-50 or we want to be balanced. I think each week, kind of dictates your focus in running the ball. Last week, we didn't think we were going to be able to just line up and rush for 360 yards. So we had different ways to try to be effective in the run game. I think we can improve on that this week. I think we can still be able to get the ball on the perimeter. I think we still can run the ball downhill a little bit with the balance of what is the defense telling us to do. We went back and looked at the film. There were some opportunities that we had Saturday that we didn't take advantage of in the run game, particularly. And then obviously you always want to take care of the ball. I thought for 3.5 quarters, I thought we took care of the ball well. And taking care of the ball is not just turnovers. Taking care of the ball is getting some yak or some yards after carry or after catch, right? That eliminates 3rd and 1, you get a first down. Those little gains of another yard, 2 yards, 3 yards eliminates 4th down.
I can tell you're a larger team than they are.
Play itself matters,
but it's come down to the numbers.
Could have had another yard or 2 yards. So
Hush
has a lot to do with that. Making sure that we are headed the right way. This group here, you can't have a free runner because they're violent. They'll knock the ball off, knock you back. Defensively, that helps in your short yardage. Some of that is player driven. Hey, I got to block the right guys. We got to cover the right guys. We can't let them, knock us back. We can't let them, run through those type of things. Some of those things are fundamental. If I got a slant, I got to run a slant. If I got a base block, I got a base block. Sometimes Saturday we didn't execute what we were supposed to do, which put pressure on another area. So there's a couple things that we've talked about. Obviously, each week you want to kind of go out and just show improvement. I don't have a number. I don't care if we rush for 6 yards or 600 yards. Do we improve on the things we're being asked to do? If we don't call many runs or we call RPOs and the defense we're not going to have but if we call runs, we should be able to block them efficiently and be successful.
You want to see the defensive line continue to improve this week?
Yeah, I thought we probably missed some tackles. We had some opportunities to tackle for some tackles for loss, which changed the whole perspective of offensively what you're doing. We missed some of those. I thought we did a good job of striking blocks. We need to tear off now and get free. I thought we did some really good movement things that we were trying to do, and we kind of got collected on some things or kind of bottled up. And probably the second half, you kind of saw the ball start to roll off the table, and everybody's like, "Oh, you don't have an edge on your defense." No, that 6'6", 300-pound guy just took our guy and did that. Some of that. Some of it was, hey, we got some stunts and some twists and some things where we got to get a guy off that side. We're getting grabbed. We got to get off blocks. So probably tearing off blocks and then securing those tackles for loss. If we get a chance to get in the backfield, which Jackson State's not going to allow it to happen often, but if we get a chance to get in the backfield, we got to get a guy on the ground. Then holistically, just making sure we're
Oh, come on with the crap. Now, you know that it's going to be Jackson State versus USM and them refs and the highway patrolmen and the university police.
Yeah, that's all.
He did seem, he did sound a little nervous though, but don't worry, those refs got your back. So for
Hey,
Jackson State, the main thing is to definitely limit penalties.
yeah, you have to against them.
Definitely limit penalties. Now, I will say this. At home, we
Anyone.
were getting the passing interference calls. We were getting those because Hampton was on a tip, which I also think that North Carolina Central was on the same tip, which is we would rather get a passing interference call than a touchdown. Them checks are in the bank. Do you hear me? I want to take Jackson State money line. You see how close Alabama State came, and the whistle just wasn't going their way.
Yeah, you're a good sized team. I was looking at your team, looking at how big they are, and I looked at them. I'm looking at USM against Mississippi State. So I watched some of that game, and you all are a bigger team. I just want to. I think it's going to come down. How many numbers you all carrying? I know that it's a different level, and I imagine they probably be carrying more numbers. Them being at home, but that doesn't mean anything. But I know you had to keep your team healthy going in there.
And by the way, the money is in the bank.
Hey everybody.
Oh, hey Jay, how are you doing this evening?
Hey Jay.
Hey everybody. I'm doing good. I'm still a little tired from my weekend of work, but
How was it, the Labor Day Battle of the Bands?
You were in Jackson for that Battle of the
uh
Band.
yeah, I was there. The event
Grambling.
the event was nice. Like all 10 of the bands was there. We had a man, look, I did not expect that many people to show up, but that was a great turnout up there in Jackson.
Because they should have had a night game, just like they
Yeah,
should
one of
have
my
had a night
parents.
game.
Go ahead.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
one of my
you're fine. Go ahead.
yeah one of my parents. One of my parents' church members. He works with the marching band at Graham, and he's a former drum major at Graham. He's from Dallas, and what they did, they picked him up here in Monroe, Louisiana, and on the way to Jackson, and for that that Battle of the Bands, and yeah, and by the way, there's one guy that works with the Grambling band. He's a graduate of UAPB. I went to elementary school with him. He's a principal of a middle school here in Monroe, and he told me they were going over there over to Jackson, and I saw some of the video, and it had a good number of bands there.
Yeah, that was actually the largest like band event like held ever, like with 10 bands all in one venue at a time. So
Yes.
How many
that's
people
never
were
been.
there?
Hmm?
Even the Honda Battle of the Bands.
Well, what I mean by that, I mean like there's never been that many like bands in one place. So like for like
Oh, okay.
Honda, like I've never been to a Honda event, but I think the most bands they've ever had was met like what, 4 maybe? I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, my father been wanting to see what went on with that because my father played in the band at Grambling, and I thought about the SWAC TV app I had him set up on. He just, by the way, on August 27th, he just turned 82 years old, and he was watching the game. He was able to watch the first half, but that SWAC TV started acting up, and he didn't get a chance to watch the second half. But I told him, so you can just go on YouTube and you can see the bands on there.
Yeah, speaking of this SWAC TV, wait, no, not SWAC
Man,
TV. That's something else.
yeah, man, I got his phone set up with that, and he got a chance to see the first half, but it's just I know he's just starting up with it, but I hope they can get better with it. Yeah, I want to see him do well.
He missed the Spades tourney on HBCU Go. Yes, he missed. Did you miss the Spades tournament? Yeah, because he was at the game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know. it was HBCU Go. They said that in the middle of the game stream they cut it out and started playing a spade tournament or something
I
like that.
heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that, and that's I know the Purview Texas Southern broadcast was fine, but that Southern Valley, you could hear the voices of Reggie Flood and Mo Carter, but I didn't see them. I said, wait a minute here, they didn't even show them.
Hmm.
Like Texas Southern Purview had Butch Alcindor and Jorge Vargas. You saw them. It was a great broadcast. It was a professional broadcast down in Houston.
Now, as far as how many people attended the event, I'm not sure about that. They haven't released no numbers, but if I had to guess, I would probably say it was a good 30 plus thousand in there.
30,000?
30,000
Yeah.
in to Veterans Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be
Oh,
monetizing that and having it on the SWAC network.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was definitely more than the Hampton game.
okay.
Hot as hell, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Folks ain't coming out for that.
I bet to
Gotta,
that.
it needs to be a night game.
I've been to the band extravaganza in the past, and it was held on Sunday over in Jackson. That's when I first saw FAMU's band in person. I'd seen them on television. I mean, FAMU came, and you had those high school bands there, and my father got a chance to see them as well. And yeah, I remember one year. I remember that was back in the early 2000s when they had the band extravaganza.
So who all I'm beating up in Hattiesburg this weekend?
You gonna be in Hattiesburg?
You might see me on the
They,
sideline.
they said that you have to drive the speed limit going through there.
MM Roberts Stadium. I know it's I know the name of that stadium. I know some people that graduated from USM. Yeah.
I think that's for the people that's taking 49, but see where I live in, the only way to get down there is on 98. So
Yeah. Because you live in Jackson.
no, I don't live in Jackson.
Oh, okay.
I am in Mississippi though, but not Jackson.
49 South. Be
Okay.
careful on 49 South, y'all.
Yeah, I heard about 49 South. That's why I said
And
I
they
I
ain't
said
know
that
it.
taking
they
that route.
don't take cash either. Like if you're trying to get concessions or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, they
Yeah, that's
did.
what's happening now.
Yeah, that's on the it was on their website. So
Yes,
they're
cashless.
gonna be so they're only taking card payments for their concessions for the
Yeah.
entire season.
That's where the Superdome is now. This all happened during the time of the pandemic in 2020, and they started going cashless, and all that started going on. I know a guy that's down in the New Orleans Convention Center um, group down there. He talked about them going cashless at the Superdome for those games and other events, and yeah, that all you're seeing a lot of that now. You put it on your card. They have a card. They have a card vending machine where you put your money on. And that's what they have at the Superdome. I don't know what they have in Hattiesburg. Imagine you just had to go and buy a debit. You had to go and get a debit card somewhere to put the money on there. I can only imagine. You set your cruiser control to speed limit. It says 70, drive 70.
Don't drive
Hmm.
71. Don't drive 72. Don't even drive 73. They will give you a ticket.
Hmm.
And
But they
then
gotta
they'll
catch
just
me
bank
first. I'm
on the
just playing.
fact that you're what?
I'm
No.
just playing. I'm just playing.
You gonna
I,
go bubble? You gonna go
I
Bubble
will
Wallace on them?
I will abide by the traffic laws, y'all. I will.
You gonna go Bubba Wallace and Mario Andretti on them? Take off.
Man, look, my little car gonna break down if I try to do that. Let me stop.
Yeah,
ATL's
man.
Corporation Bowl is cashless. Oh, I
Oh,
don't
they
know.
are? Oh
Okay.
wait, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
man.
is. That's right. Yeah, that's right. There
I
he is.
was
I
eating
remember.
upstairs in the press box. I don't know.
Oh, you up in the? Oh, see you're so important. See myself.
Not
I'm a
important, just the,
nosebleed person.
oh no, not important, just the media.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a nosebleed person. I'm up in the nosebleed section where nobody know. I'm like Rodney Dangerfield. I tell you, I
You
get no
gotta get
respect.
you gotta
I
get
get no
that
respect.
celebration boat ticket as soon as it drops. You'll get it for $30.
Oh, so you like Mr. Ford. You go places, but don't tell nobody that you're there, and they don't know that you're there until afterwards.
Mr. Ford, I don't even know what you look like. I wouldn't. He'd say I was at the game. I wouldn't even know what you look like, man.
You got to go by his voice. Don't nobody know what he look
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Willie
Nobody knows what
almost
you
ca-
look like.
Willie almost caught him one time on stream. He was peeking around the corner. You remember that, Tamara?
Yeah, I don't know. He would have to see me to
Stop
say
being
it,
messy.
to know.
I'm
Yeah,
not being messy.
The fans expect a blowout. We're coming to compete. Don't argue with these folks in the stadium. I'll never attend a USM game after the last time. What happened the last time? Them folks need after they just got their ass whooped by Mississippi State. They need to just
I
be
watched
quiet.
that one. Yeah, that Mississippi State took it to him. I watched some of
Look,
that game.
they get over here, they get their ass whooped. Now all of a sudden they want to talk. You should have been talking about Mississippi State had one ticket on 98. Don't be over here trying to beef with us. Go over there and beef with Mississippi State. And the coach said, well, they have a $15 million defensive line and offensive line. So of course they're gonna be able to outwork us. Baby, Jackson State better not outwork you. What's your excuse gonna be for that? That's the
That
question.
Right.
Yeah, you're a big offensive line and defensive line. I looked at USM's team. They're not a very big team. I was watching them this past Saturday, and if you keep your people healthy, you never know. I'm making
Okay.
I've made predictions, but
Okay. See. Okay. Okay, Chris. See, I'm not doing that. See, I was taught that the most you should go over the limit is 5, so that way you can be able to slow down fast enough. But
87.
see, going
You
87 and
can't
65, that's too
if you
Yeah,
much.
if you pump your brake though, they'll pull you over. You have to just take your foot off the gas and gradually. If you
Yeah,
put
87.
your brake
that's what I'm
on,
talking about.
they'll still
Hey
pull you
Chris,
over.
don't. Hey Chris, you know what happened? You talking about they don't have to worry about pulling on you. You kill yourself like that. No, be careful. Don't do that.
Hey,
We want to lose you.
Very hostile
Unstoppable has a
environment.
question.
SWAC fans make sure they try to look down on us during the game. You're not even wanted.
Hey, you know what? Had that problem with Graham when Graham played ULM. My folks said not going to the game in 2011. I told you about that, Timona. Hadn't been to the game since that time. They put Grambling people at the at ULM. They were glad to have. That's how only way they can pack the stadium. They had to play Grambling, Southern, and some of those schools. And went to. I remember when Baylor came, that's the only way they packed the stadium at Malone Stadium. Yeah, they put the Grambling people at the top of the stadium, but my parents made it perfectly clear. They said, no, we're not going to sit. We're not sitting at the top of that stadium on that side. And they gonna put the students behind the Grambling team to heckle them. And what happened? Yeah, and what happened to Usher? They had a guy that was an Usher. The dad told him, said, "Look, we're not going up there. If you have a place we sit down, we're not going up there." And the guy was very nice. The Usher took us to the seats down low and went through that student section. They were there just jeering away. And boy, my father got mad when they were all in faces and what happened. And he told one white guy, he told one of them white boy, told him, he said, boy, if you don't, he said. Part of my friend said, "Boy, you gonna get your ass out of my wife's face. It's gonna be you and me." And that he backed off. My dad was mad too. And boy, but they gotten so bad, and my parents and my aunt and myself were there. But they made it perfectly clear. So they're not coming to another game out here. And haven't been ever since. There were a few Grambling people. They were just mad with. They didn't play host real well. And let me tell you, but Louisiana Tech people were very not. They're different from ULM. ULM very glad just to have people. That's why when stuff going on ULM now, that's why people you really don't feel sorry for them. Yeah, like you were just talking about with USM and all that. Yeah, and yeah, the way they treat Graham, but Graham and Tech have a good relationship with each other. They're next door to each other.
Unstoppable asked the question. He said, "What if we blow USM out 42-14?"
Let's
Well,
get out the stadium.
yeah, I might as well start leaving out after halftime if that happens.
Yeah, I know some people that graduated from from USM, and yeah, and I know some guys that played football there in the past.
Oh, I know. So I know somebody that's on that team. He from my hometown.
Okay, it's from your hometown. What's home for you?
Macomb.
Macomb. Yeah, Macomb. Okay, yeah, that's what TC Taylor's from Macomb, if I stand corrected.
Mm-hmm.
That's his hometown. Yeah, Macomb, and I know
Macomb.
it's Macomb and South
Macomb by
Pike.
way of
That's
Magnolia. Yeah, Magnolia.
Macomb and
Yep.
South Pike. That's the rivalry. Yes, yes, that's that big rivalry. That was a guy when I was
Yeah,
at
it
McNeese.
is.
I remember a guy when I was at McNeese that played at South Pike High School, and he played at McNeese when I was going to school down there, and yeah, he's from Summit, Mississippi. Yeah, right there in that area.
Yeah, Pike
Mm.
County.
Yeah, right there in Pike County. He and I struck up a friendship during that time. Yeah, that was back in the '90s, and that guy, he talking about fastest grease light. He was short, and he talking about he could run those kickoff returns for touchdowns. He was kind of like Timoni. He was kind of like for that time. He's like Willie Quinn with Southern. He was fast.
Mhm.
Named Donnie Ashley. They call him Smurf. Smurf was
Earth.
fast. Smurf, yeah, he's short and he fast as grease light. He could come out at that. He could catch passes like they had him at wingback, but he was catching those passes. They threw those passes to him. He could catch it, and he could run. He was just fast, man. He running those kickoff returns. Yeah, they call him Smurf. Named Donnie Ashley. And I found out he moved back down there, and he had been away for some time. Yeah, he's a the ones who are probably in Greek letter organization. He's a member of Phi Beta Sigma. Those people.
What do we want? TD. What's that?
Timon, stop.
Touchdown.
Stop. Stop.
No, they're
Stop.
saying in the comments that we need to be loud.
I remember the 1987. I can tell you all about it. I remember when Jackson State played USM in 1987 when W.C. Gordon was coaching there at Jackson State, and they gave Southern Miss a game. That's when Brett Favre was he was a freshman during that time. That was before all this that craziness with him. He was a freshman during the time, and Jackson State gave him a defensive battle. And that was back when W.C. Gordon was coaching at Jackson State. And they had the coach at Southern Miss was Jim Carmody. Carmody was the head coach there, and had Favre and was on that team. And man, Jackson State had him on defense. I think Jackson State ended up losing by 10 points during that time. That was back when they had at court. I think Sean Gregory was playing there. His wife is interim president at Jackson State. Yeah, Sean Gregory. He was a great quarterback. He had Gregory and I think Jimmy Smith was there. Jimmy Smith
So
and
watch out for
Tim
Denise
Barnett.
Jones Gregory.
Yeah, Sean Gregory and Tim Barnett, Jimmy Smith. They had Darian Connors. I remember Jackson State during that time under W.C. Gordon. Gordon had some great teams. May he rest in peace. Yeah, you all were loaded in Jackson during that time.
Mm.
Only one coach that's still living that was on that staff is Cordell Jones. That's the only one left. That's one went on to. He was a graduate of Alcorn. He's the one who coached Steve McNair at Alcorn when he was head coach, and he was on W.C. Gordon's staff for years, and they had some great teams. they were.
You
They
said
were.
he's the only one that's still living?
Yeah, Cordell Jones. Yes, he's the only one left because Coach Gordon, all of them have transitioned from this life. We got to know Coach Gordon. He was a nice person. When he was away from that field, he intense down in the field. But when he was we all knew the same people. My father and Coach Gordon knew the same people, and yeah, we got to know him quite well.
We need to pull up the archives. They said USM will never show that game. They cheated big time. What y'all, Lord, what you think they got in store for us this weekend?
That's always the case when knowing that it's Jackson State coming into to Hattiesburg, you have to watch for home cooking. That's always going to be the problem. Knowing you're there, you're a historically black institution going there playing them. There will be some home cooking going on.
Boy, if they can just be, if they hit in terms of like the all they have to do is hit with the wide receivers, and we got the rush attack.
Y'all have a great running back.
Drag them all up and down the field.
Wasn't they Ahmad Miller? That's Aubrey Miller's brother.
Players have to watch on holding calls or
you do have to watch
illegal block in the back. They'll just be trying to call any and everything on us, and that's what you have to be prepared for.
Yeah, Orange say Marcus Dupree's grandson is on the team at Jackson State.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I remember Marcus Dupree. From Philadelphia, Mississippi. I remember he was highly recruited coming. Yeah, he was one of the top players in the country coming out of high school. He went to Oklahoma, and then he was at USM for a little while. He didn't play there, but he played in the USFL with the New Orleans Breakers. And I remember him with the Breakers. To show you how I was a kid in the 80s during that time. I remember him. Dupree was tough. Yeah, okay, as a grandson. I said, boy, time flies.
So on Thursday, we will break down the game. Meaning we'll look at the Southern Miss's defensive line and our offensive line. We'll look at our defensive line and Southern Miss's offensive line. Okay. We'll look at the quarterbacks because that's something that's easy to do. And I don't know if I'm gonna be.
We're breaking down their bands too. I'm just playing.
We breaking down their band now. What kind
I'm just playing.
I was gonna say what type of stuff do they got going on?
Yeah, I knew it was quarterback during that time at Jackson. Shannon Boyd was there. I know Boyd and Gregory. That they were both. I think they were both there during that time. Yeah, Shannon Boyd. Can't forget him. He was quarterback before Gregory. That was 87. Yeah. And Ricky Flowers. Can't forget about the wide receiver. Can't forget about Ricky Flowers. Yeah. I don't know if he's still living there. That was some great ball players. See, I'm giving you some history there. You had some great program. Were interesting to watch. Graham had a time with him during that time. Yeah.
Or them folks gonna be cheating like hell.
Oh yeah, that happens when it's a school like Jackson State or Alcorn coming in there. There'll be some home cooking. That's what I hate about the game. And both teams have talent on the team, but they won't let them. When they get involved in the refs, it's gonna be a mess.
We might look at a little bit of Southern versus Alabama State because this is a huge matchup in the SWAC.
That's going to be interesting. And looking at Andrew Body, they're going to keep Andrew Body healthy because he's had 2 injuries. And hopefully they block for him, and you don't want the young man to get hurt again. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is his. Yeah, you don't want. Yeah, he's athletic.
So I will see you guys on Thursday.
Okay.
And hopefully Mr. Ford stops by.
I didn't know that the game was a non-conference. I mean, we did it.
Yeah, it's a non-conference. Mr. Ford is probably busy with his children. The school has started back. Yeah, he probably might be grading some papers. You never know.
It's probably hold on.
Probably
It's September now, so they
probably doing some planning for classes. Probably that's what he's probably doing his planning. My mother's a retired teacher, high school teacher.
oh yeah, he got to put in term grades in. Yeah. hmm
Term.
Yeah,
They
I know
doing
he just
term
started.
We know there's 2 terms for every semester. There's like, yeah.
already putting in grades like that. How long have they been in school? 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Damn, they haven't even. They're just really getting into it today. I can imagine after Labor Day.
Well, he probably getting ready to put in term grades.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I'm the SWAC, I'm scheduling out of conference games because I know that the folks is gonna show up.
I wonder how did any of y'all in the chat? I imagine a lot of people will be going to Hattiesburg for that game. You probably would bring more people than USM.
Hmm.
That's probably most of USM will probably come to the game when they play somewhere like Jackson State. That's probably the time they really come.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
historically, Alcorn and Jackson State have set their record attendance down there in
that's what they
the
had to do.
box.
They had to get you all because that's just like ULM with Grambling and Southern and others.
Only 99 miles from Mobile. We're gonna have some folks from all over Jackson
Yeah,
State.
Mobile is not far.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because
I've been there.
where
Going to Florida.
Hattiesburg,
I've been to that one.
where Hattiesburg is located, that's
Yeah,
like right next door to Mobile.
Mobile. Yeah, you got Biloxi, Gulfport, and going to Mobile and going to Pensacola. I've been down that way. Going to Pensacola, Florida. Yeah. You can go on. You want to go head on to Tallahassee. That's a long man. It's dark out there at night going to Tallahassee.
Atlanta,
Dark down.
Atlanta, Atlanta, the blue and white.
Did you
Shout
did
out
you
to
talk
the
in?
251. Blue
The
is
blue
blue
and
on
white.
here. Is blue on here? Well, we ain't finna say purple and gold, are we, Jay?
Were you in that conference call, Timona?
So I got on the conference call, but Lord, it was some folks up on the conference call. There was like 20 people in there. I said, oh dang, it's a packed house in here today.
Yeah,
Folks
I was
to
wondering.
ask questions.
I wonder what he had to say. You know, what happened after when you were singing in Atlanta. I said, I wonder how's he acting. I didn't realize this was just a golly. It really brought a lot to the game when he and Chris Dishman did that because otherwise people wouldn't have been paying that much attention to that game. But after that press conference, people said, hey, we had to watch this game. There probably had a lot of viewership in that game on SWAC TV. That probably brought a lot of viewership. What he said?
T, did you see Tiff comment? Where? What? Where? Nope, I didn't see it.
You know, Miss Tiffany Dawn.
That was from earlier. She's talking about when she first came in. Listen, there were so many people on that call, and I'm trying to shade folks, but sometimes it's kind of like you either get your question together, or you could have a question and you don't know how to put it in words. Y'all use ChatGPT and tell them to give you a press conference question, short and sweet to the point.
Wow.
Put your thoughts together and say, hey, I want to ask Coach about why is he soft in the middle? Ask it in a professional
Oh my
way.
God. You know what? Actually, let me try that real quick. Give me 1 second.
Hey, I've talked to one of the other platforms that he was on. Calling in. I've talked to Tremaine Jackson twice. Just yeah, he's something. He has a lot to say. I've talked to him on the phone.
So this is how you ask a coach, why are they soft in the middle in a professional way? Coach, can you speak to what factors might be contributing to the team's vulnerability in the middle of the field, and how do you plan on addressing it moving forward? See, you can ask. Why is the coach
Oh,
soft
I
in the
got
middle?
one. I got one.
Got
Simone, you
one?
want me to hear it?
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
coach,
Well,
critics
no.
have.
First, you gotta say the. First, you have to say the question that you're asking.
Oh no, I typed it in.
No, ask. I know, but first you gotta ask the question that's non-professional, and then say the professional question.
Oh, okay. Well, coach, why is your team soft in the middle? Okay,
Okay,
that's
what's the
the okay.
professional?
Okay, so this one says, Coach, critics have said your team looks soft in the middle, struggling to control the line of scrimmage and stop. Wait, that's not professional. Wait a minute.
This is so professional. Tell
Wait a minute.
ChatGPT to take soft in the middle out. They're supposed to reword
Oh wow,
soft in the middle.
that is not right.
Oh man, I wouldn't. Man, those coaches, I wouldn't want to ask them those questions. Oh boy, getting their feelings about that.
Listen,
Oh
I
gosh.
wanted to ask some questions, but it was too many folks in there,
Okay,
and
okay. It made a new one. Okay. Let me try this one. So,
Yeah,
Coach, teams have had consistent success attacking between the tackles against you this season. From your perspective, what's contributing to the defense being? Oh my God, what's contributing to the defense being softer in the middle, and what adjustments are you making to tighten it up? Oh wow,
imagine me
I
asking
don't.
Coach Jackson a question like that. Oh man.
yeah, you gotta ask it. Okay, So here's one.
It
How you
literally
gonna
said,
close the A gap so they don't sack the quarterback?
"See, I don't know all these football terms." Okay,
I can tell you about it. Yeah, see,
How you
I
gonna
played
close
football in
that
high school.
A gap?
Yeah,
They running right
A
there,
gaps.
sacking
Yeah,
the shit out of your quarterback. What you gonna do about it?
yeah.
And so then a professional way to say that.
Go beat out. Yeah.
but that's what I put in, and it said, "Here's a polished press conference style question you can use."
You have to say professional.
I
So
did.
then,
I said,
okay,
"Give me a
so
professional press conference question about why a football team is soft in the middle."
so here's one.
Hmm.
How are you gonna close the A gap so they don't sack the quarterback? They've been sacking the shit out of your quarterback. What are you gonna do to put it together?
Okay.
So instead of saying that, you say, Coach, the defense has been putting significant pressure on the quarterback and generating multiple sacks. What
That sounds
adjustments
professional.
are you planning to make to shore up the offensive line and protect him moving forward? That's how you
Okay, so what's the prompt again?
what
I
soften
said,
it.
"What's the?"
Tell Chat GPT to
Mhm.
make a professional question and tell them to just say remove soft in the middle. That's what you got to
Yeah.
do.
Because imagine saying that to Chris Dishman, and Dishman standing there, look at you crazy. You know, he doesn't say much. He's just quiet. He look at you, he give a look to
No,
you.
see, that's the thing. Coach Dishman was quiet, but you can see that
Yeah,
he
he
got
with
some
his
fire
eyes.
behind him and he knows how to talk that talk when he wants to, right?
Yeah, you look at his
So,
eyes.
okay, so y'all got another question for the coach. I'm going to tell you how to word it. So that's
Okay,
how you
so
kind of that's how you
I
still
have a
get your
question.
point across, but you do it professionally.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
How to ask a head coach about hiring an offensive coordinator?
Okay. That sounds like Southern. That's what
Yes,
people
it
mad
does.
at him.
Yeah, it's me. Yes, it does. It does. It does. It
Yeah.
does. I literally just did it.
That's what Southern
I
people.
do it. I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
And
Mm.
so
Okay.
ChatGPT said, "Oh, you want to go?"
I can't believe you did Mr. Ford's.
Oh, my petty. That's Mr. Ford. He be asking that.
Like he asked that guy from Hampton. He just went for the jugular with those questions.
See, I would have said, "How do you ask an AD about never mind, never mind. I'll leave that alone.
Okay, so Mr. Ford, he always says you need a new offensive coordinator. As long as you've got him as your offensive coordinator, you're not going to win. So a way to say that nicely is, Coach, given the struggles on offense this season, particularly under the current offensive coordinator, how are you evaluating that role? Are there any changes being considered to improve performance and give the team the best chance to win going forward? Have you thought about sharing that role with a co-offensive coordinator such as Fred McNair?
Fred McNair. Hey. Fred McNair. Mark Frederick said, "Hey, what about me?" Hey, one thing about you sure couldn't ask Mickey Joseph that question, because Mickey is his own offense coordinator. He's the head coach and offense coordinator. I found out. Sure could have asked him that.
Oh God, let
Yeah.
me see. That coach.
Mr. Ford
Yeah.
also saying that somebody that the school needs a new AD
It
too.
sounded good. You all pack on. Oh man.
Oh God.
A you. Oh man.
Quiet as it's kept.
You sounded good.
um,
You
Oh yeah,
all.
and Mr. Ford also said that conference need a new commissioner too. Mr. Ford be saying some off the wall stuff.
That's why I come on when Mr. Ford come on, because that man he keep after dealing with people at work. I like I like hearing from Mr. Ford. That man is, gosh. He keep you and hey Timon, he keep you and Doc laughing. Gosh.
oh, okay. Coach Huff. Is he UAPB?
Oh yeah. They said Coach Huss a HBCU alum.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Hampton.
I'm not.
He's a Hampton alumnus. Yeah, he
Oh,
went to Hampton.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hampton. Oh,
he's
okay.
he's a Hampton alumnus.
Oh,
Yeah,
so he
yeah,
must be
Hampton.
trying to get it back to blood.
Yeah, he's a
He
Hamptonian.
played at Hampton University.
Yeah, he went
Walk
to
on
Hampton.
fullback. He
Yeah,
also spent time as tight end and guard before being named the starting center.
yeah, he went to
What
Hampton.
year?
He got his
What
first
year was that?
coaching job at Tennessee State in 2020,
Yeah,
2006.
yeah. I know
He
about
was
Huff.
working under offensive
Wait,
coordinator
you
Fred
said he
Case.
played at Hampton during in
Yeah,
2006?
Yeah, he
he's
played at Hampton. His first coaching job was at Tennessee State.
Okay.
yeah, he's been around.
He joined the coaching staff at Maryland. And then he spent time at the Buffalo Bills as an assistant running backs coach.
Yeah, he's been
He
around.
had a coaching staff at Western Michigan.
West
He
Michigan, that's up there.
he was a coach at Penn State, Mississippi State,
Yeah,
Alabama, and
he's at
Marshall.
Alabama. Yeah, he was at Alabama before going to Marshall.
Now he moved to Southern Miss.
Yeah,
Oh, Timon, your followers is
he was on Saban's
put you on the
staff.
hot
He's
seat.
definitely gonna be trying to open up a can of whoop ass on us because we whooped the mess out of Hampton.
Yeah, he was there with Saban at Alabama.
Timon, they putting you on the hot seat right now.
Why?
They said, "Where was you during the coach's call today?"
I was there. I just didn't want to ask any questions. There was too many people asking questions. They were annoying me with the questions they were asking because they was like talking for 5 minutes. I kind of do it too, but mine is only 2 sentences long. I might say something like, your player ran for 150 yards and he was able to get 2 touchdowns. Moving forward, blah, 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 blah. Like I'll say a stat first and then I'll ask a question.
When y'all doing those
But
calls, I'm at work.
it was hot on that coach's call. There was about 30 people on there because last week was a big week. You had Texas Southern and Prairie View,
Yeah,
FAMU and Howard,
and Howard.
2
Yeah,
close games that ended by the losing team only losing by 1 point. You had
Yeah.
Southern at Valley, and Valley put up some
That
points, 29 to
Valley,
34.
I had predicted Southern to win, but Valley, I said on here, I told you and others say better have to watch Valley, and that's exactly what occurred. Even if they're losing the game, I knew it was. I knew
Wait,
it was
what
going
happened?
to.
Wait, what happened, Whitley?
And you know what? Truth be told, I definitely am one of the ones that likes to ask Coach TC like 5 questions. That's why whenever I get a chance to speak to him, like at a SWAC media day or after a game, or I try to get like, oh, okay, can I interview you real quick, type of deal, because I be wanting to ask 4 or 5 questions, and you're really only supposed to ask 1.
Yeah.
Now, Blue the one being
Is
messy.
is Cedric Walker? Is Cedric Walker there in the comments? Is
Is
Cedric
who?
Walker in the comments? Cedric
Walker
Walker. Is he
said.
in the comments? Is he?
Oh.
Yes.
Blue said some people only ask questions to hear their own voice. Coach, how do you think the moon phases impact your run play?
Well, the moon controls water, and the human body is made mostly of water, so he might be on something with that question.
Hey, sound like think about Kyrie Irving talking about flat Earth.
Oh wow.
Listen,
Kyrie Irving did
when you have that many people on the coaching call, they're bound to ask a repetitive type of question.
Oh, okay, Willie. Okay, Willie. I see what you're talking about.
Like, y'all send the SID an email and request a personal interview if it's that serious. No, but they'll ask. So after some time, it kind of gets redundant. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. I wanted to ask him a question. So he said on the coach's call, he said,
what happened to your defense?
He played his first game in college was playing versus Southern. That's what he said. He was telling his story about how that was his first game. I wanted to ask him, well, Coach, did you win that game? I want to know, did you win?
Yeah,
I might send him a message and say, hey, Coach, did you win that first game? He's the one that was telling the story, talking about how he won the first game that he played. Or no, he didn't say he won it. He said his first game, collegiate game that he played was at Southern. I wanted to know, Coach, did you win?
Alabama State had a good team.
They did.
They won the SWAC championship in the Black National Championship in 1991 when E-Rob and Reggie Barlow and Ricky Jones. I remember that team.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the guy who coached that team was one of.
I remember that. I remember that.
And the guy who coached him was one of Jackson State's W.C. Gordon's former coaches. Houston Markham was the coach of Alabama State, and they had a great team. I remember E-Rob when he was playing. Yeah, he's from New Orleans. He's from down there in New Orleans. Went to all male Catholic school named Brother Martin. Yeah, he went to Brother Martin High School.
So I want to ask like 10 questions. I don't want to ask one question and then you can't ask a follow-up question because there's people on the call. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just, I'm gonna sit out today. I'm gonna sit out.
Oh yeah,
today.
Remember that, Timona? Yeah, remember that TC.
Coach Whitley Perry still be on the calls. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, Perry.
He still's on the call. He still be on the calls. Coach, how you doing today?
I think I saw Perry at the Battle of the Bands on Sunday. I'm not sure if that was him.
Because he does for Southern, he does do the video. Like when the drum major comes out, you see him with the camera. He may have been there.
Oh, so that was
another
him.
thing is I don't know if this is may not be. It might be like media day or coaches call etiquette, but saying your the name of like either your publication or your podcast, like I don't know. I might do it one time. Be like Timona from SheLovesThee Podcast. I'm not gonna do that for every single question though. Like, this is Timona from SheLovesThee Podcast. Timona from SheLoves. Like, you know where I'm from. I'm not doing that. No, but yeah, the questions. Some of them, they were
that's a
asking
different Perry.
3 questions in one. This is
Fat mouth.
Troy. This is Troy from Fat Mouth Podcast. Like, what?
I talked to them last night. Yeah, Troy. Is that Troy White?
Yes.
Is that Troy White? Yeah, Fat Mouth. Yeah.
You know, I wanted to ask Coach Colsey. I wanted to ask him because we talked about this. So I need to put it together in a collaboration. Yes, I was asking them as an icebreaker, but I literally asked some of these coaches, I said, hey, if you're in game time decision, do you go for the touchdown or do you kick a field goal? Do you go for 2 or do you just kick a field goal? Like, what is it that you plan on doing? You know? So now we're seeing it in real time, like the effects of, you know, I can understand for a little bit. So with Hampton had a lot of 4th and 1, a lot of red zone instances where instead of kicking a field goal, they decided to go for it. And Jackson State was able to make those stops. There was like 14 points left out on the field just from that. And then you had FAMU who chose to just kick the field goal. They didn't even try. Or you had Bethune-Cookman versus
Florida International.
FIU.
Yeah, Florida International. Yeah, FIU.
I was so confused with his play calling, and I wanted to ask that question, which was
Raymond Whitty.
He would get the ball. They would be driving. They get all the way to the red zone. It's 4th and 1 or 3rd and 2, and you're throwing the ball. Why are you throwing on 3rd and 2 or 4th and 1? Why are you throwing? I think they were throwing it because the people would expect them to run it, but then it was like, you did it twice. Why didn't you just run it?
Yeah. A lot of people think that he's not going to last long. That's been the rumblings.
No, Edwin, they weren't able to make the touchdowns.
Yeah.
They were right there at the goal line, and you weren't able to get a touchdown.
Oh, so there was like 3rd and goal or something like that, or something like.
So when folks say that TC took over the play calling, which I would just, for me, it wasn't necessarily about the play calling as it shifted from the play calling earlier in the game. The OC was trying to air it out, and they just weren't able to bring those catches down because there was a couple of balls that were thrown up and they were catchable, but they weren't able to bring them down. And that was the OC's calling them. I felt like the OC was trying to air it out, and the receivers just weren't able to bring it in. I also feel like Hampton was playing kind of like Central in a sense where it was like, I would rather get a passing interference call than for you guys to score on me. So I'm going to get a passing interference call and get a 15-yard penalty versus you getting a touchdown.
Oh, Tiffany said the same thing happened with Norfolk. Well, Miss Tiffany.
Yeah, I watched that Norfolk Towson game. Oh boy, that was a disaster.
What? Doing it. Going for it on 4th down was disrespectful. This is the number 1 HBCU. Well, it's gonna be. Might be number 1 at FCS, depending on. Okay, so if we can hold USM to 21 points, I don't see another team for the rest of the season scoring more than 14, and that's kind of pushing it.
USM, if they beat you, I don't see USM winning many games this season. What I saw against Mississippi State.
Personally, I like the play calling. He was trying to air it out. We wouldn't if Shamar Savage would have brought that ball down, or who else? dropped a pass or wasn't able to get it because of passing interference. Shamar Savage, Jonas Fortillion, which he's pretty good at getting it down.
I remember from last year.
You know, there were some passes where if they catch it, it's 60 yards. Like,
I see you all added Nate Rembrandt to your receiver list now. Yeah, from used to be at Valley.
And so you know, I liked it. I was excited. I didn't like that we turned the ball over.
Watch that, and I see Aubrey Miller's brother. He's a tough running back, Ahmad Miller.
I just think it was a matter of the wide receivers bringing down the. It's Rip Kirk. I just feel it's just a matter of the receivers bringing the ball down. That's all.
Yeah.
Got to catch the ball. Catch the ball. We have no complaints.
What's how's you all have what's his name? He's a great kick returner. Travis Terrell.
Yeah, he didn't play that much, but our punter was able to flip the field, and you know that's always an advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had like a couple of instances, like Eric Simmons. I think they called his stuff back twice. Those were two huge plays. So, like I said, me personally, I like it for the last. And then I also think that there was probably some vanilla calling going on, not wanting to reveal too much. And I felt like TC was probably like, okay, come on, let's go ahead and put these boys down. Like, let's stop playing around with them. Let's go ahead and close this up. Because if you notice it, they scored like 14 points in a minute and a half. Like, let's just stop playing with them. Let's go ahead and score on them because they're not like that.
Is he still doing? I know he's the head coach, but is he still? He's doing. Is he some? Does he do?
No, he's going to be doing some like co-offensive
co-offensive coordinator.
Kirk is the co-offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And which is also the quarterback's
quarterback. Yeah.
Coach. And so then you have
wide receiver.
A lot of people don't know Rip Kirk was helping call and draw up some of those plays last year. So I would just, be hesitant to say that, we just need him to call the plays, because there's a lot of times that Rip Kirk was calling some of those plays last season. You just didn't know it.
Oh, somebody said that Valley's female kicker scored any points.
I don't know. I didn't hear about that.
Yes, I know they have a lady on the team at Valley. I saw a photo of her.
Okay, y'all, we're going to bed for real. So Thursday, we're going to go over. Y'all give me here. Let me write this stuff down.
Put it on the docket.
You gave me a homework.
I'm not bringing on, like, usually I bring on somebody. I'm not bringing on nobody from USM.
I mean, we don't know nobody.
You gotta say, huh?
Yeah, because see how many.
I said we don't know nobody from USM that has a.
Yes, we do. All black from USM.
Yeah, what happened? He brought a lot of those people from Marshall.
What happened?
I say, see what happened. I know he wouldn't know him because of having this. You have a new coach, and he brought all those guys at Portal from Marshall and all. I know you wouldn't know them. He said someone that you talking about that Timona. It was somebody you say that was USM.
All black.
Oh, okay.
All right. He's probably not following USM team though. I know I wouldn't. Not really. I mean, they got Braylon Braxton at quarterback.
I used to follow them, but I don't know who's on those teams now. Back when Jeff Bauer was coaching, I don't know who's there now. That was years back.
All right, y'all. Southern versus Alabama State. You said there are plenty of USM. I don't know. Me personally, I don't like going banter with I don't like bantering back with PWIs.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
that's right. First is from
I would
USM.
tell PWI, but I don't do that. I don't do
first
that
letter
kind of
from
stuff with people.
USM.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah,
PWI,
yeah.
but I don't do that with people. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't believe in doing that. And at this point, I'm too old for that kind of stuff. I don't do that.
You don't like doing the banter? Yeah, because we
No,
be trying to get you to do it, and you'll be like, I'm not answering that question.
no, for real,
Who's the
I
real
don't.
who's the real HU?
That's one I don't mess with.
Harvard.
Hey, Dr. Kanisha and isn't it coming? I'm not messing with that. That's some of
Okay,
your.
first letters from USM or have
Yeah.
mercy.
Harvard University, that's the real HU.
Harvard. Speaking of Harvard, they had an HBCU game at Harvard. Hey,
Okay,
they
blue.
had
Okay, now blue. Okay,
hey,
now blue.
they had an HBCU game at Harvard. Speaking of Harvard, they had an HBCU game this past Saturday. Johnson C. Smith played Morehouse. They beat
You got
Morehouse
jokes, blue.
45-9.
Did you
In
see
my
Yeah,
Mr.
they
Poor voice, you got jokes, blue. In my Mr.
yeah they
Poor
played at
voice, you
Harvard.
got jokes.
Hey, he over there talking about the folks in the coach call just like to hear themselves.
Like I said, when that HU stuff, I don't mess with that because
Oh, and by Harvard, I mean the Black Harvard.
Yeah, but hey, Jay.
Old Head Hampton alumni refer to Hampton as Hampton Institute University.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hampton Institute. Yeah, that's what it was. Hampton Institute, just like Tuskegee was Tuskegee Institute. Their origins, and then it became both of them became university. Yeah, that's what it goes by.
They
Yeah,
said
they were calling this.
don't be first said he is not supporting USM.
Oh no,
Ooh.
like he's not covering them, but he did go there. But yeah, he's a real judo. He's a real JSU Jew. So
all right.
yeah.
So but for
From Cantown.
For Southern, we need to name. I'm not finna do no 5 players. I'm gonna do 4. So 4 players for Southern and 4 players for Alabama State. So for Alabama State, we got Andrew Body. We need one more offensive, and then I hope it's not Holtzclaw.
Who's claw? Who's claw?
Jamari his Holtzclaw. He's like a running back. The leading rusher on Alabama State's team is Andrew Body, by the way.
Oh wait, Tamara, I forgot about something. Since we
Andrew Body.
Topic of US.
No.
Russian. This sounds like hey, I have an over 30-year flashback of Steve McNair when we started talking about Andrew Body with him rushing. I saw a lot of that over 30 years.
I actually like Andrew Body. I actually like looking at these 2 quarterback styles, Andrew Body and Cam McCoy, right?
Cam McCoy.
Because they have similar styles of play.
Yeah, he came from your school, right? Yeah.
Very much so, like run. I'm not going to say run first because Andrew Body did put up a lot of passing yards. Okay, so for Southern, what's that young man's name? Is it Horatio Johnson?
Horatio Johnson.
The DB. He needs to be on there because he needs to stop Andrew Body.
And
I don't feel like Trent Dilford's team had a pass rush.
Man, he's been getting a lot of jokes on radio. People been joking about him.
Bad.
Oh man, on sports talk radio, they've been joking about Trent Dilford so much.
I'm talking about them being dual threat. Blue's basically saying that there is no dual threat with Cam. He bought one down. I'm gonna put Morris down for Southern. Morris, because he's a wide receiver, he caught one at Valley. Oh, look at Miss Gina. Oh, what you say, Miss Gina? Does Bama State have a defense this year? That's what I wanted to ask Coach. Coach said he's not used to any team scoring plus point. He's not used to that at all.
That's what happened. Hey, it happened to the best. These schools that known for defense, it can fizzle out on you.
Did you see that tweet earlier? I sent it to your DM.
No, my mentor is a Hampton alum. She always is a Hampton. It really depends on the age of the alumnus. Yeah, Hampton. Yeah, because and you know what? You know what? They're getting, like I said, they're getting their origins back. They're having trade program. I'm glad to see that because they said the Hampton Roads area has a lot of jobs, jobs and trade there, and they try to get people trained in those jobs. They pay well. Yeah, you can't look at it. Hey, Booker T. Washington graduated from there. That's what he brought. Think about what happened to Tuskegee. He graduated from Hampton. Yeah.
Y'all want me to bring Perry back up here? Perry, I mean, they just got their ass whooped. Bad. It was bad. I want to hear him give us some excuses.
In the words of Mr. Ford, they bragging privileges have been revoked.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to see Southern on nothing. On nothing.
I'm just sitting.
Oh, speaking of Southern, man, let me tell you something. Them USM people are so insufferable. So y'all remember that preseason HBCU poll that somebody released? Tell me why the USM people edited out Southern and put Southern Miss on there. They want to be at HBCU so bad.
Yeah, when I went to Hines Community College in Raymond, Mississippi, and I remember I heard a lot of those whites calling saying Southern, and I'm thinking, here I am from Louisiana, I'm thinking about Southern University in Baton Rouge, and the other side, we have the branch campus of Southern University New Orleans and Sustler, Southern University Shreveport, and they said Southern, and it had dawned on me. I said, wait a minute, they talking about University of Southern Mississippi. It hit me what they were talking about. That's who used to be called Mississippi Southern College.
Sounding like Mr. Ford. The SWAC needs SU and Graham to be good.
Well, according to Mr. Ford, the SWAC also needs PV and Texas Southern to be perennial powerhouses.
Because so many Southerns out there.
Give it a rest, please.
I mean, that's what Mr. Ford said.
Maybe they won by 1 point. Now that was a good 2-minute drill, but they won.
I've been to many Bayou Classics.
And all of a sudden it's Atlanta.
I've been to 2 Celebration Bowls in 2016 and 2017, yeah, I remember at the Georgia Dome. That was the last year of the Georgia Dome in 2016. That's when T.C. Taylor was offense coordinator of North Carolina Central. I mean, that's when Grambling won it that year, won a close one to Central to win the Black National Championship. Yeah. And then they lost to A&T the next one.
Well, at least I can say they conquered Texas. Now they got to conquer the other.
No, they done bypassed all. You have to make certain stops.
Yeah, Jerry Mack was head coach at Central. He's at Kennesaw State now. He was coaching Central.
G-Boom, why you had them folks over there talking about I'm hating on them?
G-Boom Holly.
I don't hate.
G-Boom Holly, how's it going, man? How's it going? What's up there, man? Yeah, what's been going on?
Oh, Brandy.
Well, I mean,
Brandy said the West is sweet, is weak as sweet water. And then
one thing about Mr. Ford.
Dr. Kanisha called him swamp water.
Swamp water.
One thing about Mr. Ford, he may tell you a joke, but he'll never tell you a lie. Well, except for him saying that Chennisberry was going to take over Black College football, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, Chennisberry? Yeah.
Why Mr. Ford got so many strays? He would be like, Jay, why are you playing me so close? You over here throwing salt on Mr. Ford because he didn't come. That's why he didn't show up today. As weak as day old.
Not day old Kool-Aid. That is crazy.
Weak as day old beer.
Hey, that was from J.O. Beer. That's from Which Way Is Up with Richard Pryor. That guy said, "Flat as J.O. Beer." That's when you remember Reverend Lennox Thomas ran out of
That is
church. They were chasing
J.O.
after him.
Beer.
Yeah, you remember that tour bus ran over him, mashed him. You know, he had that flat casket. He guy said, "Flat as J.O. Beer."
Wait, who got ran over?
That was in Which Way Is Up, that movie with Richard Pryor. You know, he played all those different characters. That movie was out like in the late '70s, and he was Reverend Lennox Thomas. You know, he had an affair. You know, he had all those ladies there, those children there, and he had they were coming after him. They were chasing after him out of church around, and he got hit by a bus. It was a tour bus, and it flattened him. And that's and they came out with a flat casket. And the guy took him when they flattened him. And the guy said, "That is J.O. Beer." That was a funny movie. I love that movie.
Love Richard Pryor.
The Right Reverend Lennox Thomas. He was a crook, and you know he had all those ladies there. He had different children there by different women.
Well, he had different families up the road.
Yeah.
Y'all. Who is
Yeah, man, that was a funny movie.
Ed, the West ain't got nothing to do with me.
If y'all let PV win the West, I'm going back to PWI stations. First of
The
all,
only West I claim is West Jackson. That's
Like
it.
late '70s, early.
Ooh, because who else we got left in the West to beat them? Alcorn, Southern, UABB, and Grambling.
Grambling going. They might as well go get their check. Get their check in Columbus, Ohio this weekend. Then you need that check, Graham.
The Crumbling Dynasty, as they call them. Not me.
They're going to the horseshoe. They're going up to the horseshoe.
Oh, Whitley, you gonna be at that game? That Grambling Ohio State game? Which side you sitting
No,
on?
no. You know what happened?
I would never go watch that slaughter.
You know what happened? I have two cousins that graduate from Ohio State, from Marion, Ohio. That's the home of President Warren G. Harding at Marion, Ohio. They went to Ohio State. And, my cousin's wife is a retired teacher, and his daughter teaches in the school system. Yeah, they're at Marion, Ohio.
Listen, what I learned is don't hang your hat on nobody in the West taking care of business. Okay.
Didn't Grambling get beat by? You know what, man? Shut up. Shut
up.
Shut up. Let me shut up.
What? Grambling? What?
Yeah, last year. All those overtimes.
Nothing.
Yeah, you remember last year? Oh.
It's amazing how 12
they did get beaten. They did get
beaten.
The TV.
Right. Yeah, they went to all those overtimes. Yeah,
but I watched that game. That's not the team I was talking about. I was talking about a different team. But that man, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, you know now McDowell's gone. Yeah, McDowell's gone now, and you have Jackson. He said he could bring in a different attitude. Yeah, Jackson said he's bringing a different attitude. I said, okay.
That's okay. We'll drag him up and down the field.
I mean, what other team can win the West though?
That's a great question, because you just don't know, man. It's a toss up on that West. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Brandon. It was one of the worst days of my life.
What was one of the worst days of your life? Oh, please don't remind me.
Hey, Timon, I'll let you all do the back and forth, because what happened, I don't want to run my blood pressure up. I said, take this medicine. I don't need to run my blood pressure.
Blood pressure is up too. We can ready to go to bed. I was trying to go to bed 20 minutes ago. Y'all got me all up on here. Caught.
Let me go drink my strong herbal tonic tea.
And we getting ready to go. I'm not even gonna say nothing about what we're gonna do. Y'all just gonna mess around and find out, okay?
No telling with Grambling. I'm 33 miles from that place. It's hard to say about those people. It doesn't bother me a bit.
Just know that we will be in Atlanta. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
The home of the blue and white.
Thank you all.
Yo, did the same people that painted?
You all take care. Be safe.
Bye, Chuck. See you Thursday.
All right.
Did the same people that painted Alcorn State's field, did they do our field this past weekend? They said our stuff was looking kind of janky. They said our stuff was looking kind of janky this past weekend.
Hmm?
Y'all didn't get the same painter, did you? Did you even
Well,
look at it, Jay?
I hope they didn't use the same what's that thing called? The not template, the same what's that word I'm thinking of?
No, but that's what I heard.
I can't. But I hope they didn't use that same font when they did ours. Yeah, stencil. That's the word I'm thinking about, Andre. That's it. Yeah, because I don't know what that was.
Texas Southern had one job. You had one job. Good night, y'all. I'm about to be sleeping just like Miss Tiffany with all my rings. Okay. About to be sleeping lovely with all my HBCU National Championship, SWAC Championship rings.
Mm-mm.
Till you do right by me.
Everything you touch will crumble.
Poor Alcor. Y'all, this is the She Loves the After Dark. You're not supposed to if you're like can't take like some jokes, you're supposed to already be in the bed.
Good night, Miss Tiff.
Y'all caption this.
So about that grass, huh?
Y'all gonna be who? Who gonna be taking a lot of grass? Who you thought was gonna be taking a lot of grass? Who you thought was gonna lose? Not us.
Whose mouth you was gonna punch again?
He did not. Oh, we're gonna punch him in the mouth. Who you gonna punch again? Our 11 players are better than your 11 players. Which 11 players?
What 11 players?
Oh God. See, this is what's wrong with me. Y'all pray for me.
And you got the nerve to say I'm the problem. Me and Dre are the problem.
Y'all need an offensive coordinator?
You know what? Okay. It's time to go.
Offensive coordinator?
Made a little wide.
Can they hire coaches in the middle of the season?
Huh?
Can you hire coaches in the middle of the season?
I don't think so.
Go get Maynard.
No, man, I already got a job.
Andre sounds like Joe, little Joe. Y'all going to the game? That's what little Joe used to always say. Y'all going to the game? Yes.
Will you be there?
I know Bethune-Cookman is tired of losing, honey. I know they tired. All right, let me get off of
Made a little wide.
Between me and thee.
While we're absent.
One from another.
Yeah, man, hey, write a check your ass can cash, man. That's all I can say.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I look up the clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask mercy, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. That's been so good to me. He's been good to me. Better than this world all you could ever be. He's been so good. But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord.